Oh, all right. We're starting off with Sammy Guevara. What is going on? Um, am I missing something? So Sammy Guevara just said that Roosh is injured and can't compete. But he's still going to be putting the Ring of Honor tag titles on the line with Beast Mortals. Um, but he's also announced to do the Survival of the Fittest match for the Ring of Honor World title as well. Is that what we're doing, Tony Khan? I think I heard that right. I think I heard that right. Interesting. Oh, the Von Erichs. The Von Erichs are showing up. Look at that. I've seen them more these past like couple of weeks than we saw them when they were a trios champ for over a year. Lovely. Oh, Commander going against Mansoor. Our Dark Order versus STP. Oh, Anthony Ogogo. Oh, I have not seen him wrestle. I couldn't even tell you how long it's been. That is very interesting. Hey, y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Killer Red in the house. Salute. Salute. Robert Brown in the house. Hello, RB. Okay, okay. So we got STP out here. We have Shane Taylor with Lee Moriarty and Anthony Ogogo going to do trios action um against the Dark Order. Trish Adora, the beautiful Trish Adora is here. I'm really happy that they're doing it this way because they have how many people in that group? Is this 6 people total? So it's okay for them to switch things up and use other people in the group to do teams with. So I like this. I like this. I love something different. Hey David Bonhun, how are you? Y'all sitting here eating day 2 of leftovers. I'm already over it. I'm already over it. I think I cooked a little too much for just 2 people. Oh, Dark Order is here. Alex Reynolds. Oh, hold on, Alex Reynolds. That jacket though is something I would wear that. It would fit better though, but I would wear something like this. I love me a good purple jacket. I got several purple jackets in my closet. Evil Uno in the house and John Silver. Oh, they all got okay. So it's like all leather, maybe pleather, jackets, like different types of jackets, like the same, like sort of snake skin. I like it. It's cute. It's cute. I like it. Oh, David said hello, sexy Tati. Thank you, thank you. Was it just me and my daughter this year? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Another year of me and my little one. Somebody better wife me up. Somebody better wife me up. I it was a little too late for me to consider traveling. Y'all seen it how the whole traveling thing has just been really difficult, especially with this holiday season coming up. And I was like, do I really want to travel on Thanksgiving? Next time I think what I'll do is probably like try to take the whole week off and make it a little bit easier for myself and then I could go see family. Because it's not it's not something you want to do like the day before or the day of Thanksgiving to be getting on a plane or a bus or a train. It's a lot right now. Nice to see Anthony Agogo. Is there a particular reason why ROH is an hour long? Honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know. And it's never always like the same amount of time. There was a period of time where it was like it's been up and down. So there's the longest I've ever sat through was like over 3 hours. And the shortest was like slightly over 30 minutes, and it's never really the same. I wish it was a little consistent with how long Ring of Honor would actually be. That would be great. That would be great. But them having their own app and platform to put the shows on, um, I guess they leave the door open to the show can be however long they want it to be, because it's not like they're on TV and they're restricted to a specific time frame for the show to be on. Personally, I do feel like an hour is great. An hour is great. If it's two, then fine. Anything more than 2 hours, if it's not a pay per view, I, I might get bored. I think 2 hours of wrestling is just fine. 1 hour, it's okay too. All right, Anthony Agogo. I can't remember the last time I actually seen him wrestle. I can't really remember. It might have been All In, not even the one last year. Was it the one last year? It might have been the one from last year. I think something like that. Mr. Ali's up. Hey, he said send us some mac and cheese. Oh well, I would put that on the chat. Y'all let me know how it tastes. And Dark Order, I mean, I like them as a group, but we really don't, we- you know, we really don't have to keep pushing this. We really don't. Rally is here. Hey, hun, how are you? Daniel Berry Sports is in the house. Killer Red says, just checking in. I do watch ROH sometimes, but now and every now and then it's surprisingly good. Yeah. There are some episodes where it's just like, oh my God, what am I sitting through? And then there are some really, really good ones. And sometimes I do wish more people would watch, but I understand why some people don't, because there's a lack of consistency that make people want to watch on a weekly basis. So I get that. I get that. All right, St. Taylor in the ring. Oh, they taking care of Alex Reynolds. Not looking good. Not looking good. I like how they got like they had what is that, green and black and purple trunks and tights and stuff. It's cute. Nice colors. You got Jay Killam in the house says, yo, what's up? What's up? Robert said not to rush or disrespect any stretchers. Yeah, so I am going to be doing the review. So I got quite a few vacation days coming up, and I'm gonna be doing some things that I would have more time to do, and that is on the top of my list, Robert. So maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Come on, Shane. It don't need to be this long. Now, Dark Order, I think they work well together. Actually, I've seen a lot more of an improvement of their chemistry in the ring as of late, but they're not consistently on the show, which is a bummer. People still love them mainly because of the nostalgic feeling of the Dark Order. I feel like it's not what it once was, but people still hold on to it. I mean, I like all three of these guys anyway, but I don't know what I would say in terms of describing them as a Dark Order. I just don't know what that would be. It's not what it was for sure, but they're still pushing it. They're still pushing it. Okay, Evil Uno coming in with all the energy. We love a meaty man. We do love that. Oh, he chopped the shit out of him. Damn. We can use him more on the show. Definitely. No, Robert, y'all not bothering me. If it's wrestling, you're not bothering me. Trust me. If it's something outside of that, maybe. Maybe. Use one of the They can definitely. Well, I was gonna say they can use one of the Dark Order members to go against Lee Moriarty, but I don't necessarily look at these guys as people that would compete in a pure rules match. I want to see like more people who are more technical do those type of matches. Like Lee Moriarty, we hold on. Oh no. Wait a minute. Hold on. I am so okay. Commander, he's doing the match with Bandito, right? I think he was named to be one of the guys doing that. But Commander did earn a spot to go against Lee Moriarty for the pure title since he did beat him in a pure rules match, which I thought they was going to take to this pay per view. They didn't make that official, but it looks like Commander probably going to be doing something else. Oh hell no! I know Dark Order not winning. Okay, Shane Taylor shutting it down. Who's legal? No, Lee is legal. Everybody just coming in all at once. Oh, we wrapping it up. Lee wrapping it up. All right, Lee. Thank you. Thank you. I really like this group. I love them together. I really do. Is the survival of the fittest for the world title? It's for the world title. So they did already showed on Dynamite, not Dynamite, Collision last night. All the ones that was going to be on there. So it's going to be obviously Bandito, Blake Christian, Beast Mortos. What the fuck, Beast Mortos? Now that I'm thinking about it, because Beast Mortos and Sammy, you know what, Tony Khan, I'm calling. I'm calling because I'm just now realizing. So Sammy Guevara and Beast Mortos are going to put the tag titles on their line, and then later on in the main event, they're going to go against each other to try to get the world title from Bandito. Did we run out of people to put on the show? Interesting, interesting. SCP with the win. They're going to be going against what's the name of that group? What's the name of that group? Top Flight and Scorpio Sky. I forgot the name of their group. They're going to be going against them for 6-man tag titles at Final Battle. They have to announce a couple of more matches here tonight. All I know so far is they did mention about Red Velvet and Mercedes last night, so we know that's happening for the women's TV title. Um, Obviously for the world title. Oh, hold on, Blake. It should have been Blake. It should have been Blake. Oh, he said he's been carrying Ring of Honor. Hmm. Because Blake, he's actually been eyeing the world title for a while now. Just that Bandito haven't been on the show. And he's been doing really well teaming up with Lee Johnson. Oh, they look so amazing together as a team. I love them. I love them together. But now he has to go against four other people to go against Bandito. So he's not gonna get that one-on-one opportunity like I was hoping for. All right, the Von Erichs. They're here. This was at the show I was at a couple of weeks ago. Wasn't it not? Yes, it was. I knew it because I was like, I saw them film a lot of matches the other day when I was at Collision, but they didn't air some of the things out that I saw. So maybe they'll put some of those things here on this show, which is interesting. I mean, they typically do stuff like that, but that was like weeks ago when I went to Collision. Oh, well, I don't know. These beautiful chocolate mins are, but they look great. They look great. All right, the Von Erichs, whenever they feel like, participating, they come on to the show, so that's nice. Robert said the Dark Order needs to disband. I agree. I agree. If they cannot find something that people can just gravitate towards, like I said, it's a nostalgic feeling of what the Dark Order used to be that people are holding on to. I don't see anything new or something different or refreshing with them right now. Right now. Right. So, did you see Roosh injured? Tati's ashamed. Shane meant to face Bandito. No, I mean he should. He Roosh got the tag titles with Sammy, so I don't know if they were going to do anything with Bandito because Bandito hasn't really been on Ring of Honor. He's been doing the whole thing with Brody, and he wasn't involved in any stories or anything. So that's the thing. I wasn't really sure where it was going. The only possibility that I thought would have been Blake, because Blake has been saying for like 2 months now that he wants the world title. So the moment just hasn't presented itself. But now he's going to get a title shot, but we'll see. And for those of you who don't know, Survivor Finish match is a basically a process of elimination. So everybody comes out at different times. I forget what how long it is in between everybody coming out. And at any time somebody can win. So like everybody don't even really need to be out there and you can still get your hands on the title. So we'll see. I think Bandito will retain. But even if he does retain, I'm not bothered by that. I just want to see him on the show, like participating. That's all I want. Oh, Ross Von Erich. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Rally said, "Are Dark Order still together? Don't want." Yeah, so they are still together. They're still together. They're not on as consistently as they should be, but yes, they are still together. Bandito need to drop the title. I um can't say I agree or disagree. I just want to see him there. That's it. If I can see more of him and see him as a champion, I mean, he's had some of the best matches this year, aside from the AEW stuff. But we're just talking about him being a Ring of Honor World Title holder. He's had amazing matches. You know, some of the top matches of the year that I've seen for sure. But overall, people still want you to participate. Like, could you imagine Hangman just being the champion and never had really been on AEW? Like that would have never happened. That would have never happened. I think they should treat Ring of Honor the same way. The same way. It's so interesting to wrestle with no shoes on. I can't imagine. I hate walking barefoot, yet alone being in a ring like this. Killer Red said, I agree. The longer shows that AEW do are great value, but not for everybody. Most people are good with 2 hours. Oh, yeah, 2 hours, just fine. Anything more than that is an overkill. Like, if you want to go more than 2 hours, it got to be like a special show or a pay per view. Oh, the Bunny Air they're about to wrap it up. All right, there's the claw. It's only going to take a couple of more seconds. Another claw. So we got two of them and a claw for the win. I seen this match already. I saw this. Robert said Sammy Guevara is no pillar. Oh my god. He did well, he did mention that about him being a pillar. I mean, at the time, I would have said maybe. I mean, I really agreed about the other three, but right now, no. And he's the only one mentioning this. Like you don't even hear Darby saying, "Oh, I'm a pillar of AEW." He's now into that whole thing. I climb Mount Everest and I almost die for AEW now. So he's not even on that anymore. Oh, Jay Lethal. All right, you got something to say? Oh. Jay's here to apologize to Adam Priest. He's apologizing about their recent loss, that it was all his fault. All right, all right. All right. I mean, it is the Death Riders. We didn't think y'all was gonna win. All right, they're gonna be in action tonight. Who they going against tonight? The Frat House? Okay, I think they're going against the Frat House. I think I was at this show too when they did this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, the Frat House are here. When I say unnecessary amount of baby oil that Preston Vance has on, that's what I like. That's what I like. I love it. I love it. Riley said a lot of people in that match, the Ring of Honor title, isn't there. Tia's here. Hey, Tia. Are they wrestling twice? Sammy Guevara? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Sammy Guevara and Beast Morto so far that I know of. Um, I was not expecting that at all. So we'll see how that works out. A little different. Will it be too much to ask for Beast Mortos to be ringside bodyguard for Mercedes Monet, or at least give her a faction of her own? Well, I've seen him with her outside of AEW. I forgot which promotion it is. One of the ones that she did a couple of weeks ago. I How would it work in AEW or Ring of Honor? I'm not sure if they will make any changes with Beast Mortos to make that work. Obviously, he's with LFI. I'm not against the idea. As long as it makes sense of them being together on screen, then I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Mercedes, it would have been nice if she had a little crew of girls with her. I would have liked that. I would have liked that. Oh, all right. Well, the front house is not playing any games. They are going against Jay Lethal, Adam Priest, and Tommy Billington. They're getting their ass whooped right now. But we're starting off with Griff Garrison and Jay Lethal. Yes, I did see this match. Okay. Yep, I did. Oh my god, Jay Lethal and Dump Trunks. Lord have mercy. Love it. I love it. Is that pure title started yet? Yes, for the girls, yes, it has. Um, I think they're having another match tonight with, I believe it is Serena Deeb and Yuka. I gotta take a look at the card, but I think that's happening tonight. That would be another match for the women's pure title semifinals. Um, I wish they were doing it more consistently because it's just happening whenever they feel like putting it, which is crazy, crazy. I don't know why they're doing it like that. Killer Rat said that would give him more TV time at least. Yes, I agree. I agree. I don't feel like he's been consistently booked with um LFI. We'll see. We'll see where it's going. They could have did a trio situation. Before Sammy got involved, he could have been oh yes, they could have did Beast Mortos with Drillisico and Rouge. They could have had them going for the trio. Look, they ain't doing nothing with the trio titles in AEW anyway. They could have did that. They could have did that. They could have been a really great trios at this point if they were given some more time to work together. Okay, they're choking out Adam Priest while the referee, cutie referee Brandon, is not paying attention. A reminder for you, Nurse Tati, your flirtatious behavior gonna get you life. Yes, lock me up. Lock me up. Throw away the key. Jack Jameson wrestling with a hat on. All right. As long as you got them abs, baby, that's all that matters. Don't cover that up. Blankster is here. He said, I think I'm becoming more and more right every single day. About what? About what? Fletcher is here. Hey, hon, how are you? Robert said, I haven't seen a survival of the fittest match, but from what it sounded like to me, it sounded like a cruiserweight open match, if I'm not wrong. Anyone in light chat? Not really. Mm, not really. I wouldn't necessarily use this concept for a world title. I think they're only doing this because Bandito hasn't really been on the show and he hasn't feuded with anyone. So if they would have just picked somebody to go one on one with Bandito, it would have been random as fuck. So I think it's less random that they're giving multiple people an opportunity to go for a title shot. He said no Guevara slander. Oh my god. Are you enjoying Stranger Things? Yes, yes. I'm almost done with episode 3. I'm about to finish the rest of it after this. I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's I feel like the crazier stuff is not going to happen until the next few episodes drop. I think that's what was it, Christmas or something like that. I think it's like on Christmas or after Christmas. So I don't know why they're making people wait almost a month just to see what the hell is going to happen. Um, I don't know, but I am enjoying it. I am enjoying it. I love the yellow boots from Jay Lethal. I like that. I really do like Adam Priest. He's a really great wrestler. Tommy Billington is so great. And I think them working with Jay, it's a great pairing. I actually think it's great. Where is it going? I don't know, but put them on Collision at least. Put them on Collision, and I like to see the Frat House on Collision too. You don't have to put them on Dynamite. Is he's wrestling the whole match with the hat on? It hasn't even fallen off. How y'all doing that? Very interesting. Fletcher said he hate Guevara, but Guevara wrestling twice in the AEW shows and now Ring of Honor pay per view, but people just hate him. I think he's great in the ring. I don't necessarily care too much for the character. Um, I wish it would be more consistent with him. I mean, if they were more consistent, maybe more people would end up liking him as a character. But I do find it surprising that it looks like he's doing double duty at the Final Battle pay per view and Beast Mortos too. This like Jack Jameson wrestling with the hat on, like bro, you're my hero. You're my hero. I don't know how you're doing it. All right, Tommy, we see you. Tommy, oh I love Tommy. He's just amazing in the ring. I would have did since he really had nothing going on. I would have did Tommy versus Lee Moriarty for the pure title. Do y'all know do y'all know how beautiful that would be? Tommy Billington versus Lee Moriarty, pure title. Like, I know it's a little random, but the match that they would give is it's so amazing. Oh my god, I deserve it, Tony Khan. Give it to me. Give me Tommy and Lee Moriarty. Let's see. Relly said, "Hey Tanti, why does no one like Sammy Guevara? All IWC just take shots at him, and he does botch quite a lot. Like Jeff. Oh, the Jeff Hardy thing. That was very, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Sometimes I feel like he gets really excited to do cool things. A lot of wrestlers are like that. They go out there, they're moving too quickly. They're really excited and should pace themselves. Blind headbutt. We don't need you doing that. All right. Well, our boys took the win. Tommy taking the win for the team. Nah, maybe some people are like not my favorite, but I won't be biased. If somebody's a great wrestler, I'll say it. Sammy is a really great wrestler. I just feel like sometimes he get a little too excited. What? Beast Muertos and Sammy Guevara going against Tommy and Adam Priest for the tag titles? Well, well, um, Tony Khan. right, we got a quarterfinal match here. Um, well, see, earlier I said semifinals, it's quarterfinals. They're just moving so slow with the peer tournament that I don't even know where they're at right now. So we have Serena D who's coming out. She's going to be going against Yuka Sakazaki. This is a quarterfinals match for the women's peer tournament. I'm gonna need them to show the bracket again because it's been a while since they've done anything with this. I don't know where they at. I don't know where they at. But we haven't seen Serena in so long. Like, girl, where you been? Interesting. He said, and Sammy, what? And Guevara is teaming with Mercedes' boyfriend. I guess people can chill about the Guevara Mercedes drama. I mean, honestly, I never really saw it as drama. They're in the same group, LFI. They've been in the same group for a little bit since the last pay per view. All right, Yuka Sakazaki, Serena D winning. Yuka, we love you, but she not winning. Yuka not winning. Fletcher said, I like Guevara. People forget that what he did with Cody when AEW was starting. Guevara was in Lucha Underground also. David said Monet doesn't need a faction. Oh, okay. Who y'all want to see taking the Ring of Honor belt from Bandito? I don't think it's time for Blake. I will either say Hechicero or Guevara. Well, if I had to choose between Hechicero and Guevara, I would have. Well, I wouldn't say Sammy because I don't think we've seen enough of him in the ring since he's been back for me to say him right now. I think Hechicero, performance wise, yes. The matches that he's had with Bandito have been amazing. You know, he's part of Don Callis family. Y'all know, like when it comes to the actual wrestling, he kills it every single time. The only thing is perhaps like the promos and stuff. Like I don't know how they'll do with that when it comes to foreign wrestlers speaking different languages. I feel like most of the promotion, y'all, they get it wrong every single time. Like a language difference is like it's supposed to be like a barrier. It shouldn't be a barrier. I should use that as y'all advantage. I've never personally heard Hechicero say anything in English, so I don't know if he can speak English or not. But he's an amazing wrestler, and him speaking English or not shouldn't hold him back for a title. I would be cool with it over Sammy because of what I've seen Hechicero do so far this year. We haven't seen as much from Sammy, so I can't say Sammy at this point. I would need to see a lot more. All right, we have Serena and Yuka in the ring. When I Before they even mentioned like who was going to be in the tournament, my first guess was Serena Deeb, and I was like, oh man, she'll win it. She'll win it. She will totally win it. Then they mentioned that Diana was in it, and I said, you know what, never mind. Diana my pick. I actually would love to see Diana and Serena Deep at the end. I do believe they are on opposite sides of the bracket. I do have to take a look at it again because, like I said, they're doing the matches so far in between, which is I can't remember. Um, that would be a killer match, Serena Deeb and Diana Perrazzo at the end of the tournament, in the finals for the women's pure title. Oh, I would so love that. I would so love that. I would do it. Hell yeah, I would do it. Beast Mortos deserves better than to be a bodyguard. I mean, hey, at least it's more time on TV. We haven't really seen him so much as of late. Oh, they used to use him a lot on Ring of Honor at first, and then they started incorporating him more on TV. I know some of y'all probably didn't like it, but I like when he was with, well, kinda with like the Kingdom, and they were kind of fighting over him or whatever. I actually liked that. I thought it was funny. Some people said that it wasn't funny because they kind of see him more of like a serious character, and he shouldn't be doing like any comedy segments or whatever. But I liked it. I thought it was fun. Some people, I think, I mean, do I take wrestling seriously? Yeah, I do, but I want to have fun with it too, so I don't mind it. Now, I will say this: Beast Mortos did post some pictures earlier today Homeboy looked like he in some kind of magazine. Like he has the mask on and everything, and he's talking about fashion or whatever. And I was like, "What have they done to my beast? Oh my god, why did that?" Now he look good, but I'm just saying the fantasy is gone. The beast aspect fantasy for me, it's not what it was in the beginning. It's not the same. Serena, she could wrap it up right now if she wanted to. Now, Serena D, very talented wrestler. Not consistently booked, unfortunately. I don't know what are your feelings on Serena D? I don't see her enough in terms. Look, so here's what I think. Amazing wrestler. I think in terms of performance wise in the ring, she's definitely one of the best wrestlers they have for sure. And I'm talking about amongst men and women. But zero personality. Zero. Zero. I remember, I believe it was last year. She was doing this thing where they were giving her opportunities to do promos and things, and she was kind of like, and it might have been this year too, kind of doing this thing where she was kind of guiding Queen Amanada like a mentor ish or whatever. And I just felt like I just couldn't feel her with the promos. Like something about it came off very robotic, which is not good. You don't want to do a promo and you sound like a robot. I didn't like it. I feel like she felt like she was giving her all in her promos, but it came off very much I'm reading a teleprompter and I'm not too sure about what I'm saying. I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I would choose Diana with the title over Serena D for sure. For sure. They should keep. Oh, they should have kept Camille with Mercedes. Actually, it's funny you say that because I think it was yesterday or today. They posted a video about when Camille left Mercedes, and they said that it was a year ago today. And I was like, "What? That was a year ago? Like we haven't seen her since." I think the last time I seen her, I think it was might have been on Collision or Rampage like last year. Like it was Rampage, and y'all know it was last year. Um, she seemed like a great talent. I don't think we got a chance to see enough of her for me to give y'all like a real opinion on her. I don't know what happened to her. I really don't know. Okay, Yuka, I see you. She ain't winning, but she doing her thing. Yuka got two rope breaks left, while Serena only got one, which is a little bit surprising because we're only 6 minutes in. Hold on, because it looks like Yuka about to wrap it up. I know she ain't. Oh, okay, okay. I thought that was a three. All right. Now, if you could win, I would be shocked. I would be shocked. I don't think they're gonna do that though. Fletcher said hashtag come back Camille. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing her. I wouldn't mind seeing her. I just don't have a real opinion on her at this point. Oh no, Serena just lose her last rope break, the last one. So she's not gonna. I mean, she can't use another rope break. She can hold on to the ropes, but a referee can't do anything about it. It's as if she wouldn't be holding on to the ropes at all. She's just gonna have to play real smart from here. Fletcher said Tati finished the fourth episode yesterday, Stranger Things, and I'll say, holy shit. You're a wizard, Harry. Well, I had my thoughts, but I could be wrong about things. Um we'll see. We'll see. I'll text you, Fletcher, when I finish episode 4. Oh, all the crowd is cheering for Yuka. I don't think she's winning. I don't think she's winning. Serena's gonna have to be real smart from here to take that win. Relly said, okay, it has started. There's a bracket for peer. Yeah, so it started. Um, I believe it started the last pay per view that they had. Death Before Dishonor. I believe it started then, or maybe it was like a week or so before that. Um, I'm gonna look at the bracket before I do my review, and I'll just let y'all know how it's going because like it been started. It been started. Look at how the women's tag tournament in AEW is just about to be done. You know, so I don't know what's going on. I do want Serena to win. I don't say that often, but I want her to win. I want her to make it to the finals with Deanna for sure. Oh yeah, Deanna. She beat Trish Adora, so she already has advanced. That was a couple of weeks ago. She's already advanced. I think Sammy is solid. Honestly, good in the ring, good heel work. Frat House are being wasted too. I'm from the old school, so I'm all for the gimmick wrestler. Oh, I love the Frat House gimmick. I'm just like, why haven't we seen things like this before? I love the idea. Absolutely love it. I hope that they see a little bit more out of these guys and decide to take them a little bit more seriously. I would like that. They're really great. These guys are actually part of another promotion that is in Georgia. There's quite a few people that's in Ring of Honor that are over there. I do want to watch them. They haven't been around too long, so I do want to watch them and see if I recommend them to you guys. But they are currently on what's the app again? Triller. Triller. I believe their promotion is called One FW. I'll take some take a look at their show. Oh, hold on. All right, all right. We're 10 minutes in. We're 10 minutes in. All right. Yeah, so I'll watch that and let you guys know because a lot of people are there. Jay Lethal is there. Harley Cameron. I've seen Satnam Singh there. The Frat House, they all over there. Who else have I seen over there? There's a few people over there. So if y'all want to see a lot of these guys, they participate at other promotions too. So if anybody want to get a good feel on them, because I feel like watching some of these wrestlers at one promotion doesn't tell you everything you need to know. No, what? No, hold on. Serena put her foot on the rope at. She put her foot on the rope, but the referee counted three anyway. Oh wait, you're right. She already used all her rope breaks. Wow. All right. So Queen Amanada versus Diana Perrazzo in the semifinals, and then Billy Starks and Yuka Zakazaki in the semifinals on the other side of the bracket. What? Oh my god! Wow. All right. Not what I thought at all. Not what I thought they were going to do. Um, they're showing us a little preview here. We do have Athena who will be going against Persephone, the beautiful Persephone, for the Ring of Honor Women's title. That's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. We do got Diamante who's finally joined the Minions. Oh, this is gonna be so good. This I'm definitely looking forward to. Probably the most so far in the pay-per-view. I wanted to see something really different, and we're gonna get that. I'm hoping we won't be seeing there could be interference. I wouldn't be surprised about that. Oh my god, hold on. Tony Nese. My god. I think I saw this too when I went to Collision. I think I remember seeing that. You know what? I feel like this is aside from Pac and Claudio, Tony Nese probably got the best physique in pro wrestling. Like who? Oh my god, insane, insane. I love the way Juice Robinson faced off Dax at Collision. Don't ever touch my belt again. Oh man, I feel like they're gonna take their match to Winter is Coming, which is interesting because I think we're gonna see quite a few big matches there, but not necessarily things that's gonna go on to play out at the pay per view. I think a lot of people were surprised to hear Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe at Winter is Coming set up at the pay per view. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised one bit. I I think what's gonna happen is a trios match. A trios match, I think, at World's End. With Swerve. Oh wait, hold on. Swerve and Hangman. Who the hell will we team up with them? Maybe Eddie? Maybe Eddie to go against the trios champ? Something like that. Maybe. Maybe. All right. We have the premier athletes going again. Who they going against? I didn't catch their names. I didn't catch their names. But I do see Charity King. I know Charity King. Charity King, I don't know how short she is, but Story Denali is towering over her. Like she all the way over here, and Charity like right here. The height difference is insane. Story Denali, she's cute, she's tall, she got a good look. I haven't seen much of her in the ring to really give y'all an opinion. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So I did see this match already at the show that I went to, so I know where it's going. But I want to see more of her, and at some point maybe we'll see a little bit more of her amongst the women's division because at this point she's been doing the mixed tag matches with the premier athletes, so she hasn't done anything one on one yet. um from what I hear about her is that she hasn't been wrestling too long, and we don't typically see opportunities like this with women or men who hasn't been wrestling very long, get opportunities like this. you know I remember like Anna Jay saying something like, oh, she didn't even wrestle 10 matches by the time she came on to AEW, which is really interesting. And look at her now. Look at her now. So we'll see where it goes for a story. If Guevara was on NXT, half of the IWC would meet right him instead of free hating the dude. Hey, I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're lying. A lot of time it is like where you're at because a lot of people, were, the same thing like with Ricky Starks. They didn't necessarily care for him. The second he went over to NXT, then there go to positive comments, or even Ethan Page too. So a lot of times they do that where it's like, oh, it depends on where the person is. They'll have a specific opinion about them, and once they go somewhere else, then it changes, which is weird, really weird. He said, but I get why Sammy gets tons of hate. That's why a couple of months ago I said Guevara with a mask wouldn't be bad. Guevara as hologram or El Clone would have actually worked. That would have been interesting. I think people would have known. I think people would have known if he was in a mask. Like, I feel, does he have tattoos? I don't think he has tattoos. So he probably could have made it work. Obviously, Hologram has no tattoos from what I remember. And now Clone is filled with tattoos. And oh, all right, a story giving out choke slams. I wonder how tall she is. She gotta be taller than 6 foot for sure. 6 foot something. And here's Arya Dabari with his flying carpet. I would have said that this is racist as hell, but he's Arab, so he can do that and make it work for him. So I guess it works. I guess it works. All right, premier athletes with the win. I need more. I need to see more. I need to see more. But El Clone, he's been here for a while, and he hasn't done. Has he done? He hasn't done any matches, right? I wonder. No, he hasn't done any matches. Not that I can remember. So I appreciate that they gave him something to do. If I'd have known that since he's been here that he wasn't going to do anything up until this point, I don't even know why he's here. But at least he got something to do, something. He said, "I'm not trolling. I'd make MXM the AEW tag champs for a year." Bro, I'm with you. I don't know about a year, but MXM are a really great team. They're a really great team. Like, in the ring, they're great. And as individuals, and then they're great together as a team. And like, if you really watch them teaming together, like you can really see that they've worked a lot with each other, and they perfected something that worked, and like even like the comedy stuff really works. They have a YouTube channel where they do it's for AEW games. I don't know if you guys know. So they play video games with other AEW wrestlers. And I don't know anything about video games, but they're so entertaining that I have fun watching them. And I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. They just make me laugh. So they're really entertaining. They can definitely hold on to the tag titles for a while. I can see that. Hell yeah. The trios thing too. Like I like them with Johnny, but I think it would have been huge, a big thing if they would have put MXM with Dalton Castle. Oh, I think that would have been a bigger fit, a better fit in comparison to the Outrunners. So I would have definitely done that. All right, Blake and Lee Johnson. Oh, I've been enjoying them so much as of late as a team. They're so great. Fletcher said, "Not now. We already have wrestlers for Hologram and Clone." He said, "MXM, no Vince thinks though. Vince created AEW tag champs. Hey, I like it. I like them. I like them together. Um, I don't know. I know like they do the comedy thing. Maybe you guys are not necessarily taking them seriously, but they are great in the ring. Don't look at what they've been doing with the casting call thing to judge them in terms of like how they are as wrestlers. They are really great, really great. Whatever happened last night, I didn't like it. That match that they did with the Outrunners and Dalton, I was like, yo, what is this? I didn't care for it at all. All right, all right. We're taking off the robes. I like this blue robe. The blue colors that they got is cute. It's really cute. Blue and silver. Blake has improved, so I'm hoping to get more TV time. Now, while I've been enjoying them as a team, I would have liked to see them also on AEW. Like I'm not mad about Bandito and Brody losing, even though I did enjoy them. I think a lot of people thought that FTR was going to win anyway. Oh, that match was so good. If you didn't see Full Gear, it was great. But the best match I really feel was Brodito versus FTR. Like something about it was just amazing. Loved it. Um, you know, I'm worried. I'm really worried that they're going exactly where people are thinking they're going, which is LTR continuing their feud with our stepdaddy, Uncle Adam. I I I don't know. I'm not crazy for it. Killer Red said they are entertaining though. LOL. They give me Team Rocket, Team Rocket vibes. Let me tell you something. I am a huge Pokemon fan, and I tell you, like Team Rocket are like my top favorite villains ever. They are funny. They don't win barely, but they are the entertaining aspect. I really feel like a lot of times they have really kept Pokemon going, and they've been on the show for many seasons up until um what was it? No, they were there in Alola. Were they there in Alola? I forgot what season it was when they actually took them off or whatnot. And from there, the villains just haven't been the same. So yeah, I agree with that comparison. That's an interesting comparison, but true. All right, cousin Beef trying to get in. I like him. I really like him. All right, the crowd is cheering for Beef. He hasn't gotten in though. Uh-uh. All right, cousin Beef. He's made some changes to his body, which I do like to see. I like to see meaty men, but ain't nothing wrong with getting healthy when you need to be healthy. So he's doing what he can at the gym, so he looks great. He looks great. Fletcher said IDKY Dante and Darius aren't. Oh my god! Every time I think of Top Flight, I feel like crying. I really do. I really do. Like, how is it everybody seeing this about Top Flight and the company are just like, we're going to put the tag titles on everyone else, but Top Flight, crazy, crazy. Lee Johnson killing Beef outside the ring. Yeah, they're an amazing team. We haven't really got a chance to see much of them this year, unfortunately. Hopefully next year gets better for them. They're a really great team. I Now look, the whole thing with Scorpio Sky, I don't think it's necessary for them to be teaming up with Scorpio Sky. I mean, not like they're a bad team or anything, but the money is with just Dante and Darius. He said, I'm telling you, Dante and Darius on NXT would be the best tag team over there. IDK, what TK is doing, instead he pushed Private Job. Don't do that, Fletcher. I actually do love Private Party. I don't know where they at, but they were one of my favorite teams. That's why I said I think it's a little bit more. I think especially day one AEW fans would have preferred to see those teams going over, like Private Party or Top Flight, over like I know like Hurt Syndicate who doesn't love them, but like I feel like I don't want to say it was a mistake, but maybe a mistake too quickly with them. There's no reason why Dante and Darius shouldn't have had them tag titles by now. If not even AEW, the Ring of Honor tag titles, it should have happened. It should have happened. Solid tag match we got going on here. I don't know how they do it with these brand new sneakers wrestling. I don't know how y'all do it. Like I can't barely walk with brand new sneakers. Barely. So imagine wrestling and doing all these flips and all this shit. I couldn't do it. Y'all better than me. But yes, I agree about Top Flight. Just the fact that Dante is able to do crazy flips in 2025 after what Penta did to his leg in ROH a couple of years ago was wild. Yes, he still moves the same. Like, you would probably think that someone who went through a horrific injury like that would probably wouldn't able to move like that, but he healed quite nicely. Quite nicely. Ooh, double super kick onto Beef. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. That's what I be saying. Like, y'all, you come over and watch Ring of Honor and you see like really great teams like this, putting in the work. And it's situations like this is what I think got Kyle Fletcher to where he's at right now. Seeing Kyle Fletcher put in so much work in Ring of Honor, really great work in Ring of Honor, and look at where he's at right now. He just had the TNT title and he's in the Continental Classic. He got one win so far. Everybody, well, not everybody. Did everybody wrestle already? I'm not sure if everybody in the Continental Classic has wrestled already, but he got his 3 points. A win over Okada, the Continental Champion, is insane, insane. So he's doing well. All right, Swirl with the win. Really great tag match. Tony Khan, put them on Collision. Put them on Collision. They're doing great. You're doing great. All right, we are an hour in. What else is left? Ricochet. All right. Ricochet will be putting the AEW National Championship on the line at Final Battle next week. All right, so we got both of the women's peer tournament finals. Wait, what? Oh, they're speaking too fast. I didn't get to hear what they're saying. Are they going to finish the women's peer tournament on the pay per view? Unfortunately, I can't play it back to hear what they said, but they are continuing the tournament at the pay per view. So at least they're doing that. At least they're doing that. I don't think they're going to crown a winner, though. Because if they did, then whoever it is, they would have to continue and do another match each. So definitely, my money is on Deanna to win the whole thing. If she don't win, Tony Khan, I'm calling. I'm calling. Oh, Nigel McGuinness. Uh huh. Uh huh. Oh. Oh. Uh huh. Iron Man match. Oh. All right. Nigel has challenged Lee Moriarty to the pure title in a 30-minute Iron Man match at Final Battle. For those of you who don't know, last year Final Battle, Lee Moriarty had a open challenge, and Nigel McGuinness had you know, rose to the occasion, and that match was just oh my god, so dreamy, oh so beautiful. And then since then, obviously Nigel didn't win. Since then, you guys remember to qualify to go against Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Title at Forbidden Door. They had what was it, a three way? I know, was it a four way or a three way? I don't remember it, but I remember Nigel was in that match. Lee was also in that match, and he beat. Oh yes, he beat Lee to qualify. So in a way, yes, he beat Lee, and Lee beat him that first time. So the third time they'll lock up, and we'll see who wins. So yes, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm all in for it. All right, here's Commander. All right, Commander, we see you. Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. They might have a full card. I gotta take a look at the card again. Sounds good so far. Sounds good. Let's see. Private Party got the hook up from Cody Backlund. Last I heard, and they were going over there. Now that's what I heard too, but that was a long time ago, so I have no clue what's going on with that. AR Fox injured. Apparently, we still got we're still getting Foxy Kingdom. Well, not right now. But yes, he is injured. He did confirm that a few days ago. Private Party. At first, I thought we're going to WWE, but after what Bobby and MVP said about them, I don't think so. Hurts and the Kid be been helping Private Party apparently, gym and training. Really, but where are the workout videos? I would love to see that quality stuff. Is this a main event? I don't know, but we have Mansoor here going against Commander and cutie referee Brandon, which I do appreciate very much, very much, very easy on the eyes. Commander's a really great talent as well. I I would love to see more. I would love to see more with Commander. What is Mason and Mansoor doing? Why is he carrying him around the ring? They're always doing silly shit. Oh my god. I'm not sure this is the main event. I didn't hear that. Well, Killer Red said, regarding foreign wrestlers, I'd be okay with them having a translator manager. So some wrestlers make a career out of not speaking, like Bronk, OG King, Kamala, so long as it doesn't come off disrespectful. But who? And you know what y'all know what I'm about to say. What's his name? Dang, he's the one that's with all of them. Alex Abrahantes. Yes, Alex Abrahantes. He's typically the one with all the Spanish wrestlers, being like a translator or hype man for them or whatnot. Um, they could do that because Alex, he's been with, Commander, who's out here right now. He's been with a lot of people. He's been with the Lucha Brothers. He with Mystico. Um, I don't think he's ever been with Hechisato. No. If they're babyface, then he's been with them for sure. But I mean, Alex Abrahantes, he's alright. Yeah, I because you also like a translator, but like manager too. You know what I mean? So somebody who can be strong in terms of speaking, so not just translating. So Alex Abrahantes, I don't necessarily know how well he can do that from what I've seen. Killer Red said, "Oh, for real, that would be cool, but can TK at least give them some matches?" Yes, Private Party. I don't know. Honestly, I thought it was like hurt or something, but I mean, after all this time, I don't know. I did see that picture of Mark Quinn, who was just jacked. He was huge. I was just like, "Yo, who is that?" Like, if I didn't see his face, I wouldn't have believed it was him. So he's definitely been bulking up, and he's really big from the last time I seen him in a picture. But I hope they are okay. I would like to see more of them wherever they at. I'm kind of surprised about Commander not going for the pure title, but now that I'm hearing Nigel, I'll take it. I'll take it. Oh, Ty Valkyrie is getting in the way. Commander don't want to put his hands on the lady. Well, at least Mentor is using the rest of the group to his advantage. To hopefully, maybe, kinda help him win. Probably won't happen. It said on Wiki that Camille's an actor filming for TV. Oh, so it was. We talked about this before. What show? Something that Warlow and them was gonna be on too. Some some show with like fitness people or whatever. I guess like a competition type style show. I forgot what it was, but other than that, I mean that was like a year ago since the last time we seen her. So what's been going on? I don't know. Why is he standing on Commander's shoulders like that? Oh my god! What the fuck? Fletcher said I don't like private parties, so I'm okay with them being off TV. Fletcher, that's not nice. Hollywood Camille incoming. Well, I like I said, I don't know too much about her to give an opinion, so I don't know. I don't know. I can't necessarily say I miss her. I take Queen Aminata over Diana. Um, Now look, I do love. Why are they making out in front of Commander like this? They're so silly. Now look. Wait a minute, Queen Aminata, she cleared? Because you remember, Queen Aminata, she was pulled out of Blood and Guts. She was pulled out of something else as well before Blood and Guts. So she's been hurt for a while. So I'm guessing she's cleared. I just now realized that. I don't think that I would. Oh man. Um, I. Hmm. No, I still choose Diana. I still choose Diana. Over Queen Aminata. Still choose her. So I mean, I think in terms of like the pure title. I see more as someone like Deanna winning. So Queen Aminata, we'll give her something else. We'll give her something else. It said note that not even Wiki knows what Britt Baker's doing. We don't know. Britt, we don't know. Persephone versus Athena. Yes, for the pay per view next Friday. I'll be here. I'll be here. I love Persephone, but I think like Catalina is a better. Really, I like both. I like both. Um, hmm. I would honestly, I see more matches from La Catalina, but I love Persephone's swag. She has a really cool swag about her that I really love. But I see more out of La Catalina. I think you might not be wrong. I would have to see more matches from Persephone, like one-on-one matches, and come back to you on that one. Oh, okay, Master caught him. See, like in comparison to the match they had yesterday, like Mentor, he's here one on one with Commander. Yeah, he's using his buddies for his advantage, but this is not all about me coming out here looking like a dumbass. He's wrestling, he's putting in work, and he give me a little comedy. And it should have been a little bit more of that yesterday. I didn't like yesterday's match. What's Commander's finisher again? Now, Commander was gone for little bit too. Um, Never mind. Let me see. Ooh, Persephone dual contract incoming. I'm here for it. That might be the case. That might be the case. Imagine Buddy Matthews returning and attacking Bandito for stealing his tag partner Brody. Oh no. From what I've heard, he hasn't gotten better, right? From what I heard, I'm not sure what's been going on with Buddy. He did have a surgery, and it doesn't look like he's healing the way he should. Same thing happened to what's the other one in Don Kelly's family? Brian Cage also had surgery as well, and not healing the way he should, and gonna be on the shelf for much longer. I think he said something about having another surgery at some point. Oh, okay. I don't remember the name of the some type of splash, right? He's gonna walk the rope and splash on Mansoor. I always get nervous when I see people walk the rope. I always get nervous. This got to be it. There you go, Commander with the win. A nice little win here for Commander before he goes in the survival of the fittest match for the world title. We'll see. He ain't winning. At least I don't think so. That's another thing too to consider because Bandito has done a lot, even though we haven't seen him on Ring of Honor like that. Um, we don't know how beat up he is. Y'all remember seeing him with the kinesio tape and wrapped up like a mummy and all that stuff. We don't know what his condition is right now, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm not really expecting the titles to change hands, but a possibility. Buddy Matthews versus Bandito with Loki could. I mean, very different. They're very different in styles, but I think I would enjoy that. I would like to see that. The whole IWC is begging for Anna Jay to sign with NXT. Oh yes, I have seen that. So they were saying something about her contract running out, and what they were saying is, I guess people are assuming that because her contract is running out, that because that she and Tay Mello didn't advance for the not Ring of Honor, AEW tag titles, that they must be frustrated and that they wouldn't want to stay in the company or whatever. And I could see being frustrated, but it doesn't mean that they want to leave. I don't know. Brody got good TV time. No excuse to not give Buddy time. I like Jet Speed, but do we have to see them every week? Look, Jet Speed, I love them, and I knew it. I said, look, they actually are really great wrestlers. I don't know if y'all seen them outside of AEW, but I wasn't surprised to see them on the Continental Classic. But if you really think about it, I was kind of disappointed too because I wanted to see other people on the tournament, and they have been consistently on TV, Jet Speed, and they've gone for the AEW tag titles several times. Okay, several times, and this is what I was saying. Like the Continental Classic have a whole bunch of people that we keep seeing over and over again getting opportunities, and I'm just like, can we get some different people on here? I don't know. I don't know if anybody else agree with that, but I do like them. Yes, he said yes. We need to see Kevin Knight in Speedball weekly. Weekly. Buddy is injured. That's why he's not on TV. That or Rhea doesn't let him leave the house. Look, if I was married to Rhea Ripley, I would not leave my house either. Okay, I would not leave at all. But no, he did say obviously that there was issues in terms of him healing. So I mean I don't know what the time frame is going to look like in terms of him getting back in the ring, but I would I have put them back with Brody like as a team? I don't think so. I think I would have liked to see him on his own. Last person he was in a ring with was Okada. Maybe he can come back and move things along with him and Okada. That would be interesting. That would be interesting. I don't think I would put him back in a team with Brody. What's your thoughts on Kevin Knight getting a win over Darby? Good, good. Oh well, oh well. Congrats, Kevin. Congrats. He said, "Bro, Kevin Knight versus Kyle Fletcher. Yes. Oh, I'm so ready. A lot of great matches are going to come out of this. So while I wish there was other people on here, we're gonna get some good stuff. This is gonna be some good stuff. I would like to see how this Continental Classic compares with the other 2 years. It's gonna be great. For ages, I've been saying for ages, Kevin Knight should turn on Speedball and join Hurt Syndicate as their third trios MVP. Stay as manager, take advantage of the "I hate you Speedball" MVP backstage angle. I don't think they're gonna do that yet. I wouldn't be mad about Kevin joining Hurt Syndicate, but maybe too soon. Maybe too soon. And if he did that, that would really make Hurt Syndicate a heel. I know a lot of people don't look at them as heel. They kind of feel more like tweeners and not like 100% heels. Actually, maybe a little bit more babyface as of late with the whole demand thing that they've been doing. So, yeah, if Kevin Knight along with Hurt Syndicate were to do something to Speedball, that would definitely make them heels, 100%. Just seen the Anna J contract news. You already know Triple Nose is already to get his troll on. Look, I don't think she's going anywhere. I really don't. I really don't. But I could be wrong. I was so wrong about Mariah May. I was so wrong about it, and all the signs were right in front of our faces. So who knows? Who knows? If I was the back, I'd stop waiting for AW rejects and stop the nostalgic act. AJ Lee, Nikki, etc., to build their talent that's on the shelf. I agree. I agree. I'm embarrassed of WWE, to be honest. Have you seen the WrestleMania women video? They really kept Vakir out of the promotional video, and the woman that's been pushing the women's division. I did not see it, so if she's not on there, that is very surprising. I don't. I guess that would have been done on purpose, right? I mean, it's a promotional video. They know what they want to put on there. That is very strange. I was thinking TK put Top Flight with CU, Scorpio, and Christopher Daniels to have Top Flight later on turn on Scorpio and Christopher Daniels and actually make Top Flight relevant. I hope that's the angle. That could be true. But did Christopher Daniels retire, or is he semi-retired? That I'm not 100% sure. If they can do that, if it would lead to Christopher Daniels also wrestling with them. I don't know if that's going to be the case though. So we'll see. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Blaster said Fletcher again. I understand the anger, but I've been out of the loop. Football, watching, what exactly happened. So you're 100% right, but they are determined to push this pointless so called war at the expense of their own roster, their own fan base, be cooking them daily. Oh, cooking them daily. I love it if they actually build their talent like Fraxian, Mello, Montez, etc. But oh well, probably not. And if they end up leaving, well, there are plenty of options for them to go to. Plenty of options. I'd put either Top Flight or Private Party with the Hurt Syndicate or Ricochet's crew. Everybody else seemed to be in large groups or have some connection to a group. Death Riders on Callus Family. That would have been interesting. Private Party returning and joining Hurt Syndicate because they're the ones that they lost their titles to. That would have been interesting to see where that would go. I don't know what the story would be, but I wouldn't be mad at that. You know, we want groups like the Hurt Syndicate to help other teams go over, and if there was a way to have a redemption in terms of them being veterans and at some point helping Private Party go over, then that would be great if they could make that work in a story. The conglomeration, I'm over it. I'm over it. The elite, eh. Look, the elite, I'm keeping my eye open with the Young Bucks. I don't know if I 100% trust them right now. I don't know. Ricochet, Mercedes showing up on Final Battle. Well, that's great. That's great. Now, from what it seems like, Ricochet will be defending the title at other promotions as well. You know, nationally. So if that's the case, then yeah, Ring of Honor would definitely be the place. I wonder where else we'll see this title at within um nationally. He can also do it in New Japan, like whenever New Japan is within the United States. So that's still nationally. So they got a show coming up in February. If he still has a title by then that'll work out. Or they can go to wait, hold on, nationally as in just United States, right? Never mind. I was gonna say Maple Leaf. They're in Canada, so I don't think that would account. Talking about conglomeration, have you seen WWE's conglomeration, the new faction of Sami Zayn, Motor City Machine Gun, and Phoenix? They even got Sami Zayn talking like Briscoe in the pro. I did see that. I did see that, and it kind of reminded me of that. Yeah, yeah. Moriarty's so fucking good. TK been sleeping on him. Also, if it isn't Kevin Knight joining the Hurt Syndicate, I'd have Moriarty joining them. That's another great choice. That's another great choice. I don't know if they're gonna do that since he's with STP, but if that wasn't the case, then he would be my choice over Kevin. Lee. Mm, he's been a heel, so we know what it's like with him being a heel. If AW don't want to, have Kevin be a heel, Lee is definitely a great choice. They don't have to do much with him to get him there. He said, "I can't stand Alex Abrahantes." Look, he's there. He's there, so it's okay. It's okay, but I'm not crazy over him. Moriarty and the syndicate makes sense. Some of the angles come from the wrestlers and not TK. The demand is Ricochet and Gates of Agony cosplaying as three admirals from One Piece. Oh yeah, somebody did tell me about that. I don't really watch anime or anything, but I've heard about that. I don't know the relation to it or whatever. But they look like they having fun. Now Ricochet has the title. I want to see what happens for Gates of Agony because they've improved as a team. I would like to see them with something. With something. AEW tag titles, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Ricochet loves anime. Ricochet said it himself that he's inspired by anime on that Ariel Hawani podcast. I didn't see that one. So I didn't hear him talking about it, but I guess I could see the inspiration by that. A lot of people, when it comes to wrestling, they use things that they actually like and might be inspired by, and incorporate that with their gimmick or their look or whatever. Um, and I like that. Like with Swerve, like you see him like when he does the pay-per-view fashions, you can tell that, he is into comic books and things like that. So it's really cool when he does things like that. And like Jade Cargill too, like y'all see the influences in their looks, especially for like pay-per-views mostly. And you said I love the jacket that Ricochet had. I think it is a reference to Sasuke Uchiwa. I think I said that right. Naruto, and I love Osprey Assassin's Creed entrances. Oh yeah, that's another one too. Osprey, you could definitely see the influence in that too. And I like that entrance he had at All In. I thought that was really really cool. Really cool. Definitely one of the best one that they had. Persephone is naturally what Jada Parker tries to be in WWE. Oh my God, Fletcher. But WWE doesn't really push her. How the fuck is Jada in 2025 and still hasn't got a NXT title reign or even NXT mid card title? Well, can't answer that one for you, bro. Can't answer that. He said, with all due respect, Jada Parker is trash. Just reading comments, just reading. She moves like she is underwater. I'm just reading. So I'm not surprised that that they promoted last Legend first. Yo, I really like both, but I wouldn't say she moves like she's underwater. I don't think I would say all that. He said, with all due respect, you have to be good in the ring to get pushed in WWE. Jada just look like what? Just look at this Samoan botch breaker, Yeet Man, Love My Ass Off, Maxine, Nikki Bella, and so on and so forth. I mean, it's not always. I mean, you do got a point. Like, I always feel like promotions, they know who they want to push. So even if you're not that great, they're going to try to push you along and just hope for the best, if that makes sense. So a lot of times, people who aren't, you have to have something outside of the wrestling that helps motivate them. Nikki Bella has never did anything for me. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't watch Total Divas. I did watch that. But outside of that, in terms of like wrestling, I've never felt any connection with either one of those girls, the sisters, in terms of them being wrestlers. Um, but they see whatever they see in her. She's been there for a long time. She got that child support and stuff to pay, so they're definitely trying to push her regardless. Uh, Jada, I like Jada. I guess they just don't see what other people see. But wrestling like she's underwater, I don't think I would have said all that. I don't think I would have said that. I said I agree. Anna Jay deserves better than babysit. Oh my god, you guys are killing me. Then babysitting zero charisma Tay Mello. I said that, but like really nicely earlier. I said it nicely. Like I said, Tay Mello, she's not. I'm just not wowed by her. I'm just not wowed by her. I seen the progression with Anna Jay, so she's gotten better. She's definitely gotten better. Tay Mello, she was gone for like what 2 years, and even before that, I thought she was okay. So she's been back. I just haven't seen enough for me to say anything else. So I haven't really seen a progression with her as of late. So I don't necessarily have much positive things to say like right now. Right now. Exactly. That's why their roster is trash. They hiring YouTubers to wrestle over there. Actual Speed is already training. I've actually heard somebody say that he is not anymore. I don't know what's true. Honestly, I don't really know these people. I really don't know these people. Personally, there are people. Yes, there are people out there who are athletic and they look at wrestling. They're just like, oh, I can do that. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. And I really do feel like people who are content creators, I don't know if they're considering wrestling for the right reasons. Like as in their passion is in it. This is something that they truly want and they're not looking at this in terms of, clout or more followers or whatever the hell it is. Like I can't necessarily imagine that being the case for some of these YouTubers or whatever the hell they do getting into this. I don't know that I would personally hire somebody who is a content creator to be a wrestler. Like I would rather somebody that I feel like who's truly in it. I don't know about people. I don't know. He said, "Don't even talk about speed instead of pushing the one motherfucker that never left the company. You have Randy Orton babysitting a YouTuber. Oh, just reading. I can't understand why how they do. Oh, wait a minute. So there was there's what's his name? I don't know if y'all know these people, but these are also people who do like content creating things. So there was this guy part of a group called the Try Guys. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of them. They did content stuff for like years. I didn't even know there was still a thing. They broke up maybe like 2 years ago or something because one of the guys was cheating on his wife and the whole scandal got out or whatever. And that guy did something with AEW maybe like a month ago. Whenever they went to Jacksonville, he was over there. So some like YouTube guy, whatever, he had a match. And AEW never aired it. They never aired it on the shows or not even Ring of Honor or anything because I thought I was going to be there. So they never aired it. But he ended up showing his experience with AEW like on his channel, which was interesting. And for me, I personally I don't want to see people who are not wrestlers getting involved. Like even the pizza people dad, they said he was a wrestler. I honestly truly don't know. If they said it, then it might be true. Um I'm not a fan of him in the aspect of it just still seems like all y'all trying to do is get views off of this. I'm not entertained with anything the pizza people and his kids are doing. I don't feel the entertainment. But at Worlds, not Worlds End, Full Gear, when they're panning into the crowd, you see all the kids are happy to see them or whatever. And it's just like, oh, okay, a little thing for the kids, for the kids who like the pizza dad and their sons or whatever who are getting like all these views on TikTok or whatever. I don't know how popular they are. I don't have TikTok, so I don't know. But they're using that aspect of okay, well, if we use these people who are popular on XYZ platform and they're posting the videos of them doing stuff at AEW, then they're going to perhaps bring new fans to watching. I don't know how well that works out in terms of them getting new fans, but for people who are already watching wrestling like me, I find no entertainment in it at all. At all. At all. They got QT, a baby face, just to be part of the pizza man. I ain't like it. I prefer QT to heel, by the way. Prefer that. So honestly, I don't know. I'm not a fan. I would just rather people who I know who are passionate about wrestling and not necessarily trying to be popular off of it for social media, if that makes sense. He said, I can't understand how they can do this to Orton. I can't really see them left for the movies. Edge left, Batista left, Orton never left. And this is how he's getting paid off. Not cool. Maybe he's in on it. Maybe this is okay for him. I don't know. What? WWE getting Jack Perry girl? Oh, I thought he said Jack Perry. Jack Perry girl when CM what CM Phil is over there would be wild. Anna ain't going nowhere. I mean, I've heard they broke up. Honestly, I really don't know. You really don't care, but I don't think she's going. I don't think she's going. Logan Paul should have been a novelty act at best, like Mike and Mayweather was. Oh, um, I don't think Logan is bad. I'm not a fan of this guy whatsoever. Not a fan of this guy whatsoever. But I've seen him do some things where I'm just like, okay, maybe he do like doing this. I don't necessarily enjoy him in the ring altogether in terms of like the character. Sometimes in the ring, I'm just like, he got a couple of like a lot of people. They're just like, well, if I got the cool moves down pack, then I would look like a great wrestler. It's more than that. It's more than that. People are gonna want you to be a whole package, and I don't see him as a whole package in wrestling. But I'll give him credit where credit's due. He's not horrible. He's not horrible, but I do agree. A novelty act at best. Yes. WWE is doing with Logan Paul what WCW did with that famous actor putting the World Heavyweight Championship on him. It killed W. Oh, who you talking about? David Arquette? I saw a picture. Somebody posted that David Arquette was at Collision or Dynamite this week, which is interesting. Very interesting. As long as y'all don't put this man in the ring, that's all that matters. Please don't. Please don't do it. He said going forth. He said so going forth. Episode Tati Stranger Things. Trust me, the ending is wild. I'm ready. I'm ready. You're a wizard, Harry. Can't take that phrase out of my head. Thanks to Stranger Things. They said that on the show. I don't know. Once I'm done with this, I'll do the review and I'll get in bed and watch the rest of the show. You said, left my ass up. Yeah, David Arquette, WCW, history repeating itself. I'm glad you see that. Uh huh. Uh huh. Hashtag reading comments. Yes, just reading comments. This has nothing to do with my thoughts. I'm just reading. I would make Tay Mello a diabolical heel. I think she can pull it off. I don't know. I don't know. The reason why I say that, when we're thinking of diabolical heel, you better know how to talk. If you can't talk, then I don't think you can pull it off. That is really what sells me with heels. Like, you can be a really great wrestler, but if you're a heel and you can't do promos, then I think that really takes away the points, because imagine John Moxley doing what he's been doing but not being able to cut a promo. That would kill the character. It really would. Um as of right now, I can't see her pulling it off, but who knows? Who knows what she's capable of doing? They have to give her the opportunity, and we can see if she's able to pull that off. What the fuck? Tay can't speak English. That's the problem. As a Portuguese motherfucker myself, I get it. Brazilians usually don't speak well English. I mean, well, that's the thing too. Like I always feel like a language barrier shouldn't be a reason to hold back. I'm not saying that she should, speak in Portuguese. I don't know if that would work out for her either. I'll say this. Um just because you can't do a promo in English don't mean that she can do one in Portuguese either. So, like, even when people don't speak like the native language, doesn't necessarily mean that in their native language that they can do any better. So it's really capable. It's really up to if they're able to do it at all. So I just don't see it happening. I don't see it. Tay Mella would only be a good fit for AEW. TK had AEW in Brazil, and she could speak Brazilian. I mean, if she's good at it, if he said, I'm not being a hater. Go check her socials, her daily videos. She always killing the English language. Even Sammy has to learn Portuguese. Well, damn. Well, I mean, I guess that would work out if you were a partner that speak another language. I think that would work out. I think that would work out if y'all both can speak the same languages. That works out. Justice for Orton. Oh my god. Orton is too loyal. One of there are few convincing guys left. Didn't y'all say that about Adam Copeland? Didn't y'all say that about Adam Copeland? And then when he came on over, y'all was when I say I was surprised. No. If Christian wasn't in AEW, I would have been surprised. But because Christian is there, I wasn't surprised about it. I wasn't. And another thing too is that, like, I think sometimes people forget, like, AEW is another option. And it's not just AEW, there's other promotions out there. Like, if somebody did not want to, wrestle in WWE anymore, they can go somewhere else. I think people are looking at the big career that Adam Copeland had in WWE and probably thought that, hey, man, this guy has had some of the biggest opportunities within AEW. Why, not AEW, WWE? Why would he leave? I understand. I understand. Um, but I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. Like he said, he wanted to end his career how it started, with his bro. With his bro. And if you've never read Adam Copeland's book, oh, it's so good, so funny, so good. You can really see, like, how close that he and Christian are. Like, they are super close. It didn't surprise me one bit, not at all. But I mean, Randy Orton, that's a different scenario. different scenario. So I don't necessarily see that happening, but you can never say never. You can never say never. Let's see. That's why I can't stand what WWE is doing to Orton in 2025. Even when he returned, they fucked it up by bringing CM Phil, and nobody cared about Orton looking all buff like Batista or Lesnar. Roberto is here. Hello, Roberto. How are you? He said Logan Paul slander. Wow, do y'all even like wrestling? Look, he's not horrible. He's just not my cup of tea. He's not horrible in the ring. That much I'll say. I'll be honest and say that. But I don't think people want to see him often in the ring, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Like a casual fan probably wouldn't mind. Fans more like us probably don't care. Probably don't care. They didn't say you're a wizard, Harry, but you'll see the reference. Okay, okay. Hashtag Logan Paul Ronks. Just reading comments. Just reading. Hashtag Logan Paul better than 90% of the roster he's in. Hashtag true story. That's who. What's his name? What's his name? Steven Richards. That's what Steven Richards was talking about the other day. He said Logan Paul was better than the entire AEW roster. And Roberto, you know he lying. You know he lying. Logan's on another level. 13 belts, another level. Uh-oh. The English Killy could be part of her character. Lette Mello could. Look, I would give her the opportunity. I'm just saying, I just don't know. I just don't know. As somebody who speaks another language, also, like, I don't think that because you speak two different language, that if you can't do it well in one language, that the other language you get to do it well. So I don't know that even if she spoke her native language, that she would be strong at doing promos. Now let's see CEO Berto hating on Mercedes for showing up at Ring of Honor Final Battle. Did you hear Cornette call HOG an outlaw company? When he said that, you know what? Cornette always saying some shit. He always saying some shit. Ayo Orton with MJF here would go wild. Just saying, Randall. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. MJF would have had to put a legend down. The new legend killer, if anything. He said, "Bro, if Final Battle was in NYC and she showed up, nah. Last year was Jericho, King of New York. Oh my God, why did you remind me? Oh, I hated that. That King of New York shit. Hated it. Now imagine this year here arrival. I would chant close the doors. Well, they're doing it in Ohio, I think, for Final Battle. So there you go. You don't have to see Mercedes. RK better than you. Final Battle Call actually not looking bad. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Ring of Honor, they will give you last second card and still kill it at the pay-per-view, which they typically do. I have not seen a bad pay-per-view, even when the matches seem fucking random. Fucking random. So, I wish the build to it would have been a hell of a lot more for majority of the shit that's going on. But the actual card and the show are gonna be fucking killer. So I'm not worried about that. It's the build, and that's what you want. If you're putting a show out on a weekly basis, people want to see the build up. They want to see the build up. I don't want to just see that, hey, we're throwing out matches and y'all gonna enjoy it. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it, but what is it that's keeping me coming back every week? They can't get away with doing this forever. Not forever. We got our babe Persephone, Athena, Ricochet, a wild Ring of Honor world title match. I agree. Remember, Sammy and Beast Mortos are also going to be in that match after they put the tag titles on the line. So that's another thing too. I'm really surprised that they're doing that. I really am. Logan can wrestle, but the problem is that he's playing himself. If that's enough to get over, oh, that he's playing himself. Okay. If that's enough to get over, then that all that means is that you have to train up KSI, Mr. Beast, Drewski. The fuck? Hell, no, I don't want to see none of these people. Look, if we ever got to that point, like, what the fuck? what the fuck? And that's the thing too, because WWE can consider doing that, and once they consider doing that, I think like other promotion may also be like, you know what? We're smaller promotions. If we want more people to watch, then we can try to get these content creators to also come on board or whatnot to help with that too. And I don't know if any other promotion has done that. If I'm wrong, let me know. I I don't know, but these people, hell no. They wouldn't take it. Drewski would never take it seriously. He's funny to me. I think he's funny, but he would never take it seriously. Mr. Beast, I I barely seen videos from him, so I don't even look at him like an athletic person. So I don't know what he can offer for wrestling. Is he athletic? I don't know. That I don't know. Actual wrestlers becoming dinosaurs? Oh my god. Well, we've seen that before. Logan is playing himself. Well, when the booker can't book, that shit happens. Oh. You said IDK about AEW, but WWE, yep. More opportunities. How many opportunities has Tay had? Well, not a recent one. Like recently, the only thing that she's done was to try to qualify to getting the tag titles. But if she's on her own, and even if she is with Anna Jay, like Anna Jay is not going to be the only one to carry the group in terms of promo. So Tay Mello, she's going to have to, try to do something. So she's going to need the opportunity to speak. So she's going to have to figure that out. She got to figure that out. I said yes. If you train those guys, they are automatically more charismatic and athletic than the current roster. They're younger, you know, and they might have more of that charisma. Especially these people are on camera all day long too. That's another thing too. A lot of their top people are literally like late 30s and 40s. I could understand why people want to see like younger people more in the spotlight, and they'll probably give more charisma. And no, it's not because you're younger you're more charismatic. It could be the case. I just wouldn't care about putting these people out there. Not for me. Not for me. If it's like for an appearance or whatever, fine. But like to be part of the roster or part time, no. No. Russo was hating on AW with Ariel. Damn, I had to turn that. What y'all talking about? When this happened? What y'all watching? Send me the link, Fletcher. I've kind of given up on listening to podcasts because I do feel like it's important for wrestling fans to be honest and say what they like and what they don't like. I don't think this should be censored in terms of putting your feelings out there. However, I do feel like as of like the last year or so, people are making they realize that I can make money by being messy and saying dumb shit. And that's what's gonna get me popular and over in this wrestling podcasting. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear the negativity every time I come on here. Where's the great stories? Why don't y'all be honest about what y'all really like? Because a lot of times it just come off like we hate AEW and we have nothing but negative things to say. And I'm like, nothing but negative things to say. What the fuck did Booker T said earlier? AEW is a perfect retirement place or some shit like that. Whatever he said. And I'm just like, this I don't even listen to Booker T anymore. It's been a while since I listened to Booker because at first he was honest with what he was seeing on AEW. And I'm not saying that they have to be positive all the time. I'm not necessarily saying that. But after a while, you're just like, okay, I see why you're saying the things you're saying because you're getting a check over there. And I don't want to hear biasness. This is why I don't listen to Cornette. I don't listen to anything that Conrad is doing. None of that shit. Like a lot of these people are just unbearable now because they're looking for the check. They're looking for the check. Cornette said that in reference to Skeletor and HOG. Roberto, oh my god. Um, Roberto, do you have anything nice to say about Mercedes? Just one thing. One thing. It would be nice to hear you say one thing. I said, yeah, Logan on the mic is the same Logan on the side man with KSI and them. He's just been a dick. Ohio can get Skeletor. That's fine. I have a challenge for Levang. Have Logan Paul wrestle in Japan. That is a challenge. That is a challenge. The hate towards Mercedes is wild. I can't. Right, Roberta, say one nice thing about her. Just one. Did you see Logan Paul tribute to The Rock with notes on hand? Oh yes, when I saw that, I was just like, "Oh my god, that happened to The Rock too." And now look, it happening with Logan, whatever, I don't care. But The Rock, who has always been known as this charismatic promo guy, to see him having words in his hand is kind of insane. But he probably has done it even in the attitude era. Like if there's like specific things that you know would be killer shit to say in your promo, you might write it down on your hand or something that you're holding on to so that you can remember. I don't think it's necessarily the worst thing. It's just when you get caught doing it. When you get caught. Imagine Mr. Beast and WWE. No, thank you. Mr. Beast would headline a Mania. I fully support Queen Monet. We need more characters like this. VPSR is in the house. Hey, how are you? Mr. Beast versus I Show Speed versus Logan versus Kai Cenat WrestleMania 2028 in Qatar. They can have it. They can have it. I ain't watching. Mr. Beast is willing to torture himself for entertainment. He perfect for wrestling. Willing to torture himself, just like Darby Allen. Apparently, I put Tay Mello on ROH, and that's it. We can put her there if you look. If you put somebody in Ring of Honor and they're able to improve, then you know you have them featured on AEW more. That could be something that works out for her long term. You know, as long as she has the opportunity. Without the opportunity, we won't know, you know, what it can be. So yeah, that wouldn't be bad. So wow, killer, you're putting words together in the sentence that shouldn't happen. Oh my god. We are talking about YouTubers because of peeps like Monet, lol. Let's make it clear that's why we need the YouTubers. I don't 100% agree. If you happen to if you happen to really want to be a wrestler and you're also a YouTuber, then sure. You know, like me, athletically speaking, I'm horrible. I barely coordinate it, but at least y'all know I'm passionate about pro wrestling. Like if somebody else was in that shoes and they're just as passionate and they can, you know, make a wrestling career work, then yeah, I can get behind that. Absolutely. But like I would hate for like YouTubers to get together and say, "Hey, let's just get into this wrestling business and do what we can with it." I don't know if I would enjoy that, but that would depend on who it is. Not everybody sitting in front of a camera are athletic and can make it work. VPSR says so accurate, Tati, so accurate. Yes, I'm accurate about like everything, right? Kinda, a little bit. Killer Red said, "Okay, did you ever see Luna Vachon, Roberto?" Roberta said, I find myself just listening to Conrad more and more. Everyone else picks a side to hate, and all they do, even I take a break and try to feel Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne is great. I mean, he's been out for a little bit. Maybe some people are not your cup of tea or whatever, but I think he's a really great wrestler. You're not gonna sit here and say like Nick Wayne is a worse wrestler than Hook because that's not true. You tell me what y'all seen from Hook. What have Hook given y'all all this time? Nothing. Nothing at all. You know, I think he's a great wrestler. He's really, really young. Unfortunately, having an injury that seemed to be way worse than what we thought it was at first. But he's down and out. He's down and out. And, you know, Mercedes is not a bad wrestler. Like, Roberto, you might not like her, but you can't say she's a horrible wrestler because that's not true. I don't think that is the case at all. Mercedes is my goat. Yeah, she's awesome. She's awesome. Tati the Russo interview with Ariel Channel. I just heard it like 15 minutes. Russo was just crying about AEW. I don't watch AEW for 5 years. I don't like what he said. I'm not a wrestling guy. I'm an entertainer guy. What the fuck? Isn't he the one with JCW right now? I haven't seen any of the episodes that he's been doing. I have to check it out. I have to check it out if they're out already, and see how it's looking like. Cause Vince Russo, oh, pain in the ass. Russo loved Jericho and Danielson. Entertainer versus what? Entertainer versus pro wrestler angle. I bet TK was right. They all need to talk about AEW to stay relevant. That is true. That is true. You know, if you don't like something, but for some reason it's making you money to talk about the things that you don't like, you're keeping it relevant. You really are. So if you really don't like something, why are you making like your whole existence about tearing it up? Like y'all be seeing like JD from New York doing the same thing. He knows he's getting the money off of doing that. And I wonder sometimes, like, is he really bullshitting? He could be bullshitting and just look, a lot of people they come on here and they know that I have to play a character because this is what's going to help get me views. This is what's going to get me money and things like that. Not everybody that you see in front of a camera giving a certain type of opinion are being real about their opinion. They're looking at what gets them the views and the money. You know, me personally, I don't care. I don't care about this. You know, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with fame or whatever. If it was, I'd be doing crazy shit right now just to get it. I don't care. I just want to talk about wrestling. That's it. You know, for other people, it's different for them. So they there's a formula to making this shit work for them. You know what I mean? And sometimes I wonder if these people like the thing that CB Richards said the other day about Logan being better than AEW. And you know how I knew he was bullshitting? Well, we know he's bullshitting. We know he was when his co-host James he looked surprised, and lately he's been doing videos about AEW, talking shit about AEW. And when he said that, James was just like, "Oh shit." Like, what? Are you sure? And then he even brought up Kenny Omega's name. He said, "So you saying Logan Paul is better than Kenny Omega?" And then he said, "Yes." And then James was just like, "Bitch, you fucking lying, but I'm not gonna call you out on it, you know, because obviously, like Kenny Omega, who's going to sit there in their right mind and truly say, for real, that Logan Paul is a better wrestler than Kenneth Omega? You're doing it for the views. That's it. Entertainer guy. Oh my god. Oh my god. When Mercedes wrestle, like you really hope to see real talent at some point. That's a good thing. No, no, Roberto, it's not. It's not. Talking about WWE won't give you that same relevancy anymore. Apparently, they all cry about AEW. So that's another thing too, that I feel like some of them, it's not that they probably don't like AEW. I think what it is that, especially the ones that have worked with WWE, I think that they're trying to keep the door open to possibly working with them again. And if I'm talking shit about the competition or about the company that they don't like, then that would put me under good graces with WWE, which isn't necessarily true. Maybe it might work out for somebody. I don't know, but I do feel like that some of them may look at it that way. It probably isn't the case, you know, not something that we can actually prove, unless WWE is paying them on like saying, "Hey, talk shit about AEW. We'll send you the check." You know what I mean? I doubt that that's happening. I doubt that that's happening. He said, "Yeah, Russo doesn't watch AEW. IDK White Peeps asked him, but but AEW." So a lot of people, what I see is like they watch clips and then they would just talk about it because there are a lot of other people that talk about wrestling that would say things like, "Oh, I don't watch AEW. I don't like them," and they will name all these things that they don't like, and I'm like, "But so." Telling me you haven't watched AEW in like 3 4 years and you saying all this shit, like have you not taking a look at it like the past year or so? Y'all saying a lot of things about things you saw 3 years ago, but I do feel like there's been a lot of growth within AEW this past few years. I'm not saying that people had to like it, but I feel like people are nitpicking at every little thing. If you're sitting here comparing AEW to WWE and every little thing, they're going to be really different from each other, and then you're going to end up not liking it. Are you looking to watch AEW to see exactly what you see in WWE? If that's the case, you'll never like it. You'll never like it. People are just looking for things to complain about, I think. I don't think any promotion is perfect, but I feel like certain people, they just feel like the thing to do is to um I guess the popular thing is to hate AEW. I really don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. Berto, go see Jay Cargill. I'll stay with Mercedes, someone who can have a match that's not a squash. Just reading comments. Mercedes can actually wrestle though. She can't jog off the ropes like a lot of the modern wrestlers do. Did you see Monet versus Red Velvet? Roberto probably didn't watch it. Look, Roberto, I don't know what Mercedes did to him. He's not feeling her at all. At all. Yep, Mercedes can actually work. Unlike Soraya, now Soraya catching strays too. Oh my god, Soraya is the one that should get the hate. Roberto and Soraya got the AW World Belt as a gift. Oh, can't disagree with that. Can't. I see Soraya as a female CM Phil in AW. To be honest, Soraya wasn't as toxic as Phil. I didn't hear anything about her. I mean, I don't really care about the rumors or whatever, but I just felt like she wasn't 100% ready. I don't even think she had like 10 matches by the time she had the world title. I don't even think it was 10. I could be wrong. I'm really surprised that she had got it because I did feel kind of underwhelmed with her matches, but I think she should have had. Hmm. Was the TBS title around at that time? Yeah, it was around. I think she should have had more time in the ring before they considered her with the world title. But then again, if they didn't do that, then she wouldn't have this picture perfect moment at All In London, where I guess she's from London, right, or UK. So she had her moment. Her family was there. Maybe the crowd was happy about it. I don't know. Just because somebody's from where you from, don't necessarily mean that you are happy. Like, look, Hook is from New York. I don't like him. I like the other ones from New York. Look, if you're not that great, you're just not that great. So I don't know how London felt about Soraya getting that title. Maybe in the moment they were happy that one of their fellow people got it, but overall, when you sit there and really think about it, I don't think she should have had that at that time. Jade should squash Monet just on some. No, come on, Roberto. And that's why I watch a match that ends up looking fake. No one can believe that she holds Peeps down for 3 seconds, but she did it like 13 times somehow. What's the next comment? Luna Vachon was amazing, was awesome. Yes, I agree. Why want a match that ends up looking fake, Roberto? This is wrestling, bro. Well, there you go. There you go. Mercedes make everything look fake? What? They literally shrunk the roster for her. She can wrestle in micro championship wrestling. Roberto! Oh my god. What's the next comment? So when Sasha Banks was main eventing WrestleMania, she was great in actual talent. Now that she's in AEW, she's like, yeah, Roberto. I don't remember him saying anything about her when she was in WWE. What's the difference for you, Roberto? Oh, never mind. He said Fledge Sasha Banks is trash too. There you go. There you go. Very interesting. Very interesting. Killer Red said, I'm tired of seeing slow clotheslines that don't even connect. Moonsaults missing their target. And Monet is one of the least botchiest wrestlers out there. This one I agree. This one I actually do agree. The slow clothesline thing does bother me. The moonsault thing. Are you are you talking about? I know he. Are you reading? What's her name? Julia Hart. When I tell you they got on Julia on Wednesday, I was like, no, leave her alone. Julia has improved, but I don't know what happened on Wednesday. I don't know. I don't know. Monet run in AEW has been really good. She's had great matches. Yes, if we're talking about a TBS title specifically, she's actually had great matches. I really do wish that it's helped the girls come up. That's my problem because I feel like it hasn't. I don't think it's done anything for the women's division specifically. No. If anything, she's just looking great. She's looking great. And nothing really big happened for anyone. And while I'm saying this, I don't want anybody throwing out Chris Statlander name because Chris Statlander was that girl. She's always been that girl. So I don't want to hear nobody saying, yeah, but there's some matches that she had with Mercedes. No, it's not. Statlander has always been that girl, and we knew she was gonna get the world title at some point. And you know, she's always been awesome. I don't think Mercedes elevated her. I don't think that was the case at all. She was always gonna have that title. It was just a matter of time. They said, Berto, Uncle Todd loves Sasha Banks but hates Mercedes. It's the same thing. God. All Sasha Banks did was talk about the women's revolution when the the work others out the work in. Oh, put the work in. I used to be the one crying when guys like Cena and Charlotte squashed my face, but now with Mercedes, I'm the one on the top looking down on the haters as my fave takes everyone she deserves. Look, I can understand like when it's your favorite doing that, you're gonna feel vindicated, and when it's somebody you don't like, then you're just like, ew. I get that. I just If it's outside of AEW, then go ahead and have fun. In AEW, I'm on another time. I'm on another time. So I don't care to see it. I don't care to see it. We'll see what happens with Mercedes and Red Velvet. I don't necessarily. Do y'all think Red Velvet would get the title back from Mercedes next week? I wish there was a story getting into it. I would love to see a nice feud between the two of them. I don't think that they're going that route with this though. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she'll end up getting the title back next week. Uncle Uncle Todd thinks Trips cook with adobo. I don't think so at all, at all. Killer Red said, name me 5 female wrestlers who don't botch, Roberto. I mean, everybody have their moments. I don't expect wrestlers to go out there and be perfect. I don't expect that. However, if there is a trend, then stop using that particular move, or we're gonna have to take you down a bit on the card. So little things like that you have to watch out because like if somebody's being unsafe, it's not even like botching at that point. Everybody in the ring has to be as safe as possible. And if there's a problem with a specific person like continuously making big mistakes that can put other wrestlers at harm, then I get that. But Mercedes, no, no. So that I haven't been able to ask Uncle Todd what he thought about. Oh yes, about Ricochet. Yes. You gotta ask him. You gotta ask him. I wonder what he thinks about that. I'm pretty sure he's probably happy about it. Not the world title, but he got something. He got something. Killer Red said, I'm a huge Anna Jay simp, but I can't deny that she turns like a truck in the ring. Holy shit. I'm just reading comments. I'm just reading. These are not my thoughts at all. Roberta said, bro, if botching is your deal, that's crazy because everyone botches. Yes, they do. Everyone does. Everyone does. You get little hiccups from everybody. Every Everyone botch, guys. Just ask Jay Usa. Oh my god. So does Kenny write notes on his hand like Logan Paul and The Rock? No. Well, I've never seen it. I've never seen it. First of all, I wouldn't be writing in black, dark ink or marker and shit like that. I wouldn't have done it. Like, y'all need to sit here and practice. It's really important. Like, especially if you're going to be a heel and you're going to be going out there talking shit about people, be prepared. Be prepared. Maybe they probably approached him right before, not too late, not too long before the promo actually happened. And maybe he didn't have too much time to prepare. So this is why he wrote shit down. I don't know. Um, But you got to be prepared. If you just can't have what you need right up here, then maybe this ain't for you. Maybe it ain't for you. He said, I love Jay Moore. Oh, I love what? I love Jay Move on Logan Paul last week. The mighty Samoan botch breaker, not brag breaker, by our Yeet Man. Ugh. He said, I am the only one who wants Anna Jay as world champ. I need to see more. I need to see more. I'm not saying that she's not capable, but like let me see her with like a TBS title before we get to that point. I would like to see her with a title before that and see how she does as champion. I need to see more improvements. But yeah, she did improve. But to be world champ, it needs to be way more than what we've seen so far. Anyone know Lesnar is medically cleared for War Games? IDK. The fall he had on the entrance, serious injury. Could have blew his back out. That is true. NJ as world champ needs to build up. Maybe a Ring of Honor mid card belt. I can see that, but you can't put a world belt on someone just because they're cute. Well, um, that is true, but it'll be nice to see some of the cute people with titles. I would like it. I would like it for selfish reasons, obviously. Roberta said that slip from Lesnar was the inky part of the Raw worth watching. Out of 2.5 hour show, that's all that happened, and they will use what GM used that screenshot as her BRB screen. She did. What? BPSR said, "Why said it's because she's cute. I just like her." I like her too, but I wouldn't put world title first. TBS title, and we'll see where it goes. I would do that. Botching is very common now, but not with everyone. Compare Ricochet to Penta. One guy lands his move clean, and the other injured himself with a Hurricanrana attempt. Oh my god! Just reading comments. Seth Rollins is hot, but I hate him as world champ. Would be cute, but doesn't matter to me. What is up with the Seth Rollins hate? Oh my gosh, you guys are. I don't know. I don't know. Roberta said, "No, let's ask what you are all watching because I watch it all. I also realized that Skeletor is the snooze button at pay per views. We have forgotten or we ignoring what happened at almost every pay per view. But so you telling me that you haven't enjoyed not one of her matches ever? Roberto trolling, right? He is. I think he's trolling. I think he is. I think he is. Uh, Fletcher said, "Mercedes, babe, we're just reading comments. Keep up the great work." I agree. I agree. People love to hate Mercedes. Thanks to Mercedes, I've been able to find more European indie companies. So thank you, Skeletor. Oh my god. BPSR said, yes, Mercedes, we love you. Killer said, I'm a big and adjacent, but I think she needs more intensity in her moves, like Mercedes and Tony, Megan, Statlander, and Tekla does. I'm not a fan of the slow wrestling. That's a fair assumption. Said, damn, we fighting over Mercedes? Well, apparently Roberto doesn't want her. Apparently not. BPSR says Sasha at Mania 37 still my screensaver. Oh, okay. Okay. Definitely not Roberto's. Fletcher said Tekla, now that's a bucking star. Hasn't been here a year and already conquering her spots. Tekla has done really well. Really well. I do enjoy Tekla a lot. I don't want them to. I was thinking, was it yesterday? Her match yesterday? Yeah, I was thinking, what if they were going to put an opportunity with Tekla and Stat? I don't want to see that yet. So hopefully we'll see. I know we saw Jamie helping out last night. I don't know if they're gonna go the route with either Jamie and Statlander, or they can do Tekla and Statlander, but maybe that might be too soon for Statlander and Tekla. We'll see. We'll see. I said when Anna Jay gets there, remember who was her lawyer fan since day one. Yes, I love Anna Double J. Julia Hart. At least she didn't get a concussion after the moonsault botch like Tiffany did. Oh my god. Well, there's that. She's done, but Julia has done the moonsault plenty of times. Plenty of times. I don't remember actually seeing her mess it up before. I mean, I could be wrong, but it was really unfortunate, especially in a match like that where they were trying to qualify for the tag titles or whatnot. But like, I typically like to be honest with you, the more and more I watch wrestling, the less that I find the botches to be funny. Because like botchamania and stuff like that's been around for a long time. And yeah, it's entertaining. But now I'm just like, yo, I can't do any of this shit. So who am I to laugh at these people? Like they're better than me. And I know they're not perfect, and problems, happen within the ring where they might be not be able to do whatever move they're trying to go for. But you know, they'll have another opportunity at the tag titles again. I hope they don't break that group up. I want to still see Sisters of Sin doing their thing as a tag team. Flutter said, I like Julia. She is not that great inside the ring, but she has been evolving actually, and she's our little female taker in AEW. Just the entrance. Yeah, she has gotten better. She's definitely gotten better, but she just didn't have the best match. That's all. I wouldn't judge her off of one match. Mommy Straplander, yes. Tekla is great. She's convincing in and out the ring. Her matches with Queen Aminata were great. I would like to hear her talk more often. I can only actually remember one promo from her. Only one promo that I actually can remember. I think she should have a little bit more opportunities to speak. We don't hear too much from Triangle of Madness. BPSR said Fletcher, so you would put the title on Julia? Fletcher said title on Julia, maybe in 10 years. Fletcher. Not now, obviously she's not in ring ready. But she had a TBS title. She grew a lot by the time she had got the TBS title. And honestly, I was with it. I was with it when she had a TBS title. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Don't have to be perfect. Julia Hart, from what is going from a Valley girl cheerleader to a gothic emo girl was cool. Wonder how her adult work will be like. Imagine Julia turns into a Karen. No, thank you. Fletcher said I'd put the title on Willow, but with a proper story and build up, Willow babyface champ run would feed families. Willow, I'll put the world title on Willow before Anna Jay. Yes, yes. Let me see. Willow is just amazing. I really do like Willow. I don't know anybody who doesn't like her. She's great. She's grown a lot too. Like if you go back and watch her, in the beginning, it's different. A different vibe. She's learned a lot, and that's what I like. I like that people are evolving and getting better in the ring. Same thing with Harley Cameron. Yes, did y'all see Harley with Athena last week? She's done really well. Matter of fact, that episode, last week episode, is on the Ring of Honor YouTube channel. If anybody want to see it, Harley did amazing with Athena. We knew she was going to win that title, but you can see the growth of Harley Cameron, which I absolutely enjoy. Absolutely. So I don't think there's anyone able to hate our babe Willow. I agree. I agree. Anna Jay can be champ, but AEW doesn't respect its own history or original. Oh my god, why did he have to say that? Why do you have to say that? Because I kind of agree to an extent. To an extent. Uh, Julia Hart is decent. I've seen a lot worse over there. Yes, yes, I that I agree. I agree. But she's grown. If there was no growing from Julia Hart from the beginning, like the cheerleader Julia, if y'all go back and like pull up like maybe her first match or something, like that's a complete difference from what you see. And I'm not even just talking about the look. I'm talking about like the in ring work. Complete difference. If you hate Willow, you just hate wrestling. That is true. That's true. Let's see. Roberta said, "Nah, I can pledge, but why would you hate on Willow? She has put a gun to the baby's head, just to turn heel, and even then, someone will go, "That's fucking baby deserve it." Look, she's awesome. She has a really cool personality. I was sad when her TBS title run went short. At the time, I just felt like everybody loves Willow. We wanted it for her for quite some time. She got the title. Then Mercedes came in there, and I think what her first match and took the title. And she's been champion ever since. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. No. Pleasure said, "Bro, did you see Jeff Hardy and Hendry singing together last TNA? That shit was terrible. I did not see it. No, Jeff Hardy, he's a singer. He does concerts and stuff like that. I went to one before. What was it? I forgot what was going on. Where was it? Oh, this was years ago. So he does music or whatever and plays guitar or whatever. Um, he's alright. I mean, Jeff Hardy, he's been through hell and back, and y'all still love him anyway. Joe Hendry, y'all can have that. Y'all can have that. I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Someone in the comments said, "I've seen enough. Give the drugs back to Jeff." These people are so horrible, horrible. Our troop did a concert night before Ceda's last round. Oh, I saw clips from that. I did. I did. Seth Rollins is wiggity wiggity whack. That's horrible. 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 Fletcher said, "Well, the way Levesque pushed Ron Killings, I bet on the music also." I mean, I've heard some of his songs. It's okay to me. Not my cup of tea. I mean, if y'all enjoy it, I guess. Not for me. Not for me. Rollins is great, but Goopy Rollins isn't it at all. But hey, check who's the booker. Seth Rollins isn't the reason Axiom is something on SmackDown. He paved the way. LOL. Fraxium is still a thing. Wow. Not even Goopy Seth. I just hate his booking in all his real title runs. I mean, I've heard other people say the same thing too. I think he's awesome. I like him a lot. I really do. I really do. I can't slander him. Sorry, I can't do it. I did see like some clips of an interview I guess he did recently with his wife, and I don't know. I wasn't interested in watching the whole thing. I wasn't interested. Do, 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 do. Seth Rollins is a Sasha Banks of the men's division. Roberto, I'm not gonna let you say that. What the fuck? Why does he hate her? I have no clue. No clue. Killer Red said, "Yeah, Willow is one of AEW's best for sure. Hardy Cameron is solid. I'm glad they both got recent contracts. Yeah, Hardy, she's definitely improved. Willow has improved since the beginning as well too. So, you know, I think Anna Jay was there before Willow, if I'm not mistaken. So she was there before her, but I would still put the title on Willow before Anna. I would do that for sure." Mm-mm-mm. All right, all right. Y'all keeping me up. Y'all keeping me up. Ain't y'all got other shows to watch tonight? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Where am I with the comments? Florida said, "I don't know the War Games team, but probably the team where Rhea is. She's always getting the W." Roberta said, "Yeah, when peeps chant, you fucked up. I just think they are mentally not right, kind of like they are confused. They are what they're watching. Sisters of Sin for tag champs. Well, at some point, not this time. As long as Tony and Mina don't get it, I'm cool. I'm cool." He said, "Let's not act like Harley Cameron doesn't need to work on that, but she improved. That's the thing. They don't have to be perfect. They've improved. So from what I've seen in comparison from like last year to now, Hardy has improved." He said, "Love my ass. So Roberto's not letting Mercedes slide at all, at all, at all." Marina Shafir is starting to become one of my faves. IDK, I fucking love her athletic girls. Oh, she was awesome. She was awesome. That's why I want her to win with Megan. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do. He said, I'm going to watch 4 games late, going to an indie front row, $30. $30. That's about right. That's about right. It, typically, I probably the most I've ever spent front row at an indie might have been like 50, 50 to 60, depends. Like if it's like BIP or whatever, then it'll be like maybe $60, $67. So that's about right. That's not bad. $30. I call Marina Shafir the female Moxley now. She's badass. I love Marina. You know, I wasn't really a fan of her in ring ability. Personally, I think her style didn't mesh well with a lot of the other girls. They tried to give her a push in Ring of Honor, but right before she joined, Black not Blackpool Combat Club. What's the group again? Death Riders. And I wasn't enjoying it. I was like, I see what they're trying to do, but I just wasn't enjoying the matches. And you know, they spent a long time with her being in that group without her having any matches with the girls. And now that she's finally in the ring with the other girls, I'm enjoying her. So we'll see where it goes. Hopefully, she wins the titles with Megan. Megan Bain has also been doing a tournament in Japan, so she'll be back next week for Dynamite for the match. The what she said it was the holiday hardcore death match. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll see. Tyler is here. Hey Tyler, how are you? Fletcher said, and I fucking love Marina Shafir music entrance. Probably one of my favorite. I'm not crazy about it. I'm not crazy about it. Marina has been shifted onto this whole time because she can't work. Now look. Oh well, I think she's all right. He said, and I know Marina in ring work isn't the best, but she's been cooking. Yes, we'll give her time. She'll improve. She'll improve, and you know, hopefully, she has really great chemistry with Megan. I would love to see them tag a little bit more before the actual tournament, but so far, I'm digging them together. Roberta said, I knew you were going to bring up the ring work. Laugh my fucking ass out. We just spoke about the other one. Why you had to say before Anna J though? LOL, not just getting. Yeah, I mean, for me, it depends. If we're comparing, because if Anna were to there's other girls I would consider, but while we're considering other girls before her, that gives her more time to work on what she can do, you know, which is a good thing. Like having that time to be able to get better. Like I don't think it's a good thing to rush to put titles on people. I really don't think it is. You know, you want to give people an opportunity to get better, and when you put a title on somebody when they're not at their best, it's gonna make their title reign look bad if they're not at that point to give their best. So I would not rush it. I would give it some time. See, Harley is not a Tony, Monet, Tekla, Chris level, but honestly, she does try to make her moves look convincing. At the very minimum, I must see her running to the ropes. No jogging, no jogging. Oh my god. Oh god. Well, there is a difference between running and jogging. So yes, I agree. Imagine Marina dethroning Mercedes TBS. You know, I have not thought so far in terms of who would be the person to get the title off of Mercedes. Um, I have not considered that at all. Marina, that would be wild. It would be wild, but we would have to see way more out of Marina before we get to that point. We haven't seen too much of her amongst the women's division. I wouldn't I don't know how I feel about that. If anything, maybe Willow, right? She lost it to Willow. It's been all this time. Willow can be the one to take us out of our misery and take the title back. I don't know. We can try to do that. That might work out in the long run if we don't have anyone else being built up to get the TBS title. I would be okay with them running it back with Willow and Mercedes. And who would be mad if Willow would have get the title? Who would be mad? No one. Marina needs to stop doing the 6 1. Okay, so this one I agree. I agree with this one. She does it like it's 619, but she like kind of tries to catch you with her legs or whatever. Doesn't always. It's not always executed so great. So I hear you on that. I hear you on that. Tyler said I'm watching Leo and you stream at the same time. The same time. Oh Lord. Well, it is Friday. Typically, I am not live on Fridays, only because they switched the schedule around with Ring of Honor, so that they gave Collision yesterday and gave Ring of Honor today. Typically, what they do is they would put Ring of Honor earlier in the day and then Collision after that, but this time they didn't do that. But anyway, let me wrap it up so y'all can go see King Leo and what's going on over there. Um, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even realize that it was Friday until you mentioned it. Let me see. He said I forgot it was SmackDown tonight. It's official. Samoa Joe versus Eddie Kingston. Yes, at Winter is coming though. Not at the pay per view. Not at the pay per view. I remembered I actively avoided SmackDown. Well, at least you got me for now. At least. He said I'm only interested in war games to see who survives. Nia Jax and Kyrie Sane's botching. Just reading. Just reading. Y'all are so shady. Y'all really are. The comments always seem like it's going good, and then boom, y'all throwing shots at people. Pleasure said I won't be checking war games, obviously. This Mercedes debate was good, honestly. Honestly, I don't see what the debate is. I don't see what the debate is. Now, look, I do think that it's okay to have opinions. Yeah, there's people that I don't like, but I'll be honest and say if I think that they're great. I might not have like a connection with a certain wrestler, but I'll say, like, you know what, I don't like so and so, but they're great in the ring. I think sometimes I think Roberto's trolling. I really do. Mercedes don't even really be messing up like that. Nah, I just don't agree. I don't even think there's a debate. I really don't. She's, she said it wasn't a debate. We schooled him. LOL. Pleasure says can't remember the last full pay per view I seen in WWE. Maybe when Cody dethroned Roman. Even that I didn't see WrestleMania fully. WWE ain't it anymore. I think WrestleMania Night One was the last pay per view that I've seen from them. Other than that, I haven't watched any show from them like at all since then. I said I only watch Evolution. What? I only watch Evolution full for the women. Fletcher said, hopefully we get to see you here more often. We always have great discussions over the chat and with Tati and the panel. I like your takes, brother. Aww. Got Max Clay here. He said, I love you, Tati. Oh, hey, how are you? Love from Colombo. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate that. Fletcher says AEW Blood and Guts commercial break is better than WWE War Games. I mean, what they were able to do at Blood and Guts, I know, like if anybody had wanted that and go to see War Games, it's gonna be a different vibe. Both companies offer something different, and there's going to be comparisons, and they've done it before. Like every year they've been doing the comparisons between War Games and Blood and Guts, and honestly, they're two different things. Two different things. Killer Red said it's cool. A chat over here, very unbiased. Yes, say how you feel, but let's be truthful. Mercedes is not bad in the ring at all. No, I don't think so. It's a heel chat, but we're chill people. Roberta at AEW has a new company. Peeps didn't have to be ready at all, so we can grow with them. Anna and Orange should have been had gold runs, but they are originals. Why are we waiting for Darby so long? I think Darby's too much of a daredevil. Yes, when you think of AEW, you think of Darby Allen for sure, but I don't know how confident. I'm not talking about AEW, like the company. I'm thinking about the fans and how confident that they may feel with Darby Allin holding the world heavyweight champion. I think he takes too big of a risk for me to see him as a world champion. It's, it's different. Orange Cassidy, honestly, I am surprised that he didn't win the world title by now, because he seems to be like one of their favorites for sure, and especially with the fans. I am not a fan of Orange Cassidy at all, but I also do think of Orange Cassidy when I think of AEW. He had, the orange thing has died down quite a bit, and I have my little theory about like people being surrounded by Orange Cassidy just don't move up, which have been proven to be true. Mark Briscoe did kind of, shut me up a little bit, but I don't necessarily think like Orange Cassidy, what he does, I don't find it interesting. The pockets and the thumbs up thing and all that stuff, it's not interesting to me. But for the kids and the rest of y'all like that. That's not enough to be a world champion in my eyes. So, but in terms of popularity, I'm surprised it didn't happen. Darby Allin, I just don't know. I just don't know. So we'll see. Female War Games match can only come close to Blood and Guts if Kyrie Sane and Nia Jax injure somebody again. Oh my god. Roberto said automatic W for Marina. What, going against Mercedes? TBS title? I don't know. I need to see more out of Marina before we get to that point. He said, yeah, Mercedes would win. He said, agreed. Alberto Darby should have got it. And taking L's on the Continental after trying to build his image is actually, as an actual wrestler, to shut the haters is not the right move. Well, I will say, like, I don't know where it's going for Darby after, after what he just did with Moxley. I That's the thing. The Continental Classic, it's cool. People like it. We look forward to it. But you're gonna lose. Like, I don't expect anybody to win everything. So I don't know if maybe Darby being here is the best thing for him. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work out for him long term. Because now what? We're putting a pause on things with Darby and the Death Riders. Is that what's going on? I don't know if I would have did this. I don't know. JCW should do something with AEW like TNA does with WWE. Well, that would be interesting if they are up for working with it. I'm cool with, promotions working with each other. I actually would like to see more of that happening with like Maple Leaf, Tony Khan. If y'all into it, that would be nice. Josh Alexander, he over there and he has the Canadian Championship. I wish he were to wear that title on AEW. Like, yeah, man, Josh Alexander is not even in the Continental Classic. Oh my god. I don't know why. I don't know why. I would have put Josh Alexander on there. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing with Josh Alexander sitting at home, not doing anything? This would have been so good for him because I feel like for people who are not familiar with Josh, this would have been a great way to get people to, I'm not saying like you had to like him, but just to see like how he is as a wrestler. And I think it was a missed opportunity for not putting certain people on here. Josh is definitely one of those people. That sucks. It does. He said JCW with AEW, we're full. Well, we are full. We are full. If I were to do a partnership, I would try to do it like with Ring of Honor because we could use more people without having to hire more people to help build up Ring of Honor. AEW, I mean, I guess they're all right. Whenever we need New Japan or CMLL, they're just a phone call away. Ring of Honor, I think we could do a little bit more with that to help build up some people and just take the promotion itself to, better places, if that makes sense. If you want to build, you take chances. They never took chances. They went with peeps already made elsewhere. Oh my god, I hate when Roberto say things and he's right. Oh my god, that's my problem with AEW. That's my problem with them. That's my problem with them. I've been watching them for years, not since day one, but I want to see them take more priority with the people who has been there with them either starting their career there or whatnot and making something big out of those names, and bringing people like Mercedes and Hurton. I love these people, I do, but I don't. I'm not crazy about them getting titles when I'm looking at the people that I've actually taken this journey with as an AEW fan and wanting to see them grow and have opportunities. And then you take established stars from other promotions and say, hey, we're going to put titles on you in AEW. Man, every time I think about Top Flight, I just, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you make sense. You make sense. Let me see. Fletcher said, I am still waiting for MJF and Hammerstone together. I didn't forget that little segment on MLW. You're major league. I'm all elite. Let's work together. I don't know if that's ever going anywhere, but we'll keep an eye out on that. We'll keep an eye out on that. I thought he meant like let's work together at MLW. That's what I thought, not at AEW. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Brock Lesnar's biggest opponents, his denim. Oh my god! Wow. Well, you know what? That could be true. I haven't worn denim pants in God knows how long. They're not necessarily comfortable. They're not. MJF with Hammerstone to kill Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley. Well, you know what? They do got something going on. They do. That's what I was saying. Like, I know, Hurt Syndicate, they're taking some L's. They didn't get the national title or whatever. But I think that they're definitely going to push Bobby before Shelton to the world title. If that happened, if Bobby ever get the title, MJF will be lurking. Or if MJF ever get the title, or even attempt to go for the title, Bobby will be lurking. He'd be right there waiting, waiting. Fletcher, oh my god, he said Brock Lesnar's biggest opponent, the courtroom. Oh my god, you guys are something else. Roberto said, "Who got school like her career? Y'all making this up too?" Oh my God, Roberto! I need to hear the origin story about this thing about Mercedes. I need to know where it actually began. It's crazy. So yeah, like Naya always catching strays. I like her. I really do like her. I mean, they don't have to be perfect, y'all. We just want everybody to be safe. We want everybody to be safe. You said IDK how Naya hasn't been named tribal queen with all the bloodline copying copy and paste booking for 3 years. Holy shit. Well there you go. Copy and paste. They're not gonna do something different. Naya got hate for ring work when in reality she made Peaks famous. IDK. Okay, that is true. What did she do before WWE? Did she just go like straight to Performance Center and obviously got to where she's at? Was she wrestling before that? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I really don't think I could be wrong because like I said, I don't think I ever heard that. I don't know if she had a career before going. And I think it's so important to spend some time in the indies. I really do. I don't necessarily think it's just a flex to just be like, oh, I never wrestled in the indies and look at me, big shot or whatever. This is like people like Hook who's sitting here doing not a damn thing and somehow still finding himself with, big wrestlers to babysit him. He's not improving in the ring. Like he's been there for a long time and there has not been any improvements. So when we say things like, oh, he should like a lot of people within AEW, they still do indies. Like even Moxley, before he got to that point, where he's at right now, was still doing independent shows, right? And it's just like, so you mean to tell me that Hook, you too big to be doing independent shows and perfecting your craft? Like if wrestling is really what you want, you should be going out there and getting opportunities to wrestle in the indies, get better, and let the work speak for itself when you get in the ring in front of the TV in AEW. I have not seen no growth from Hook at all. At all. And if I seen it, I would sit here and apologize and just say I was wrong. But the truth of the matter is, Is that not true? Oh, hold on, Roberto. I was watching something the other day. I don't know if you would know, but in 1999, did the Undertaker have a run in Puerto Rico? Can you tell me if you know? Because I did not know about this, and I could barely find any information. I seen Taker cutting a promo about doing like a tour in Puerto Rico, and I was like, "Well, I've never seen this before." And everybody in the comments was like, "Oh no, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I don't know if it went anywhere, but let me know if you know what I'm talking about." I saw that like 2 days ago and barely found any info on it. But yes, you have to have that experience. I really do feel like, going in the independent scene and working and just trying to get better will work. Will work. Hook hasn't done anything and to somehow keep finding himself with the big dogs. How you over there with Samoa Joe and them? And what has he done? What has he done? I really feel like I don't think it was the plan from the beginning to have Hook look like he's not part of that group. I think what it was is that Hook isn't what's the word I'm looking for? He's just not moving on the card, so they just put him in a group to give him something to do. I don't know. The whole thing with him and Eddie wasn't going anywhere. Where was it going? Nowhere. Um Roberto name another 14 women's champ who isn't a blonde daddy's girl. Oh my god. That's another thing too, especially if we're talking about Hood. It shouldn't be who you know or who you're related to help you get opportunities because like you could be related to anybody and still not be a great competitor. Now Charlotte, I like her. If we're talking about wrestling in the ring. Outside of that, I don't care. But you know, sure, who her daddy is. I think who her daddy is what got her to win the title that many times. I think she's great in the ring, but overall, don't really care for her. And the same situation could have possibly no, I was gonna say could have happened for Hook too, but I mean, at the end of the day, the talent has to do the talking for you, and it's just not there, not there. So we'll see. I think there's a talent in Japan holding a wild number of belts. Who? Let me know who. I know it's not only Mercedes. I've seen other women who have, well, not that many, but there are. Viva Van has a few titles too. I think she has like five or six. So it's not just her. But she's been wrestling around in Asia. So if she were to come on AEW with the other titles that she has, then people would be like, "Oh, okay, you have all these titles," and probably get somewhat of a notoriety, like how you see with Mercedes. But I think AEW, no, I was gonna say I think AEW only allows that with promotion that they work with, but honestly, that's not it because AEW doesn't work with these other promotions, but it's more of they allow for Mercedes to do that. So I guess it depends on who it is because there are other people on the roster that have other titles, like Bishop Khan with the Ashe championship as well. Um, Josh Alexander. Um, who else is holding titles? If it's not New Japan or anything that Mercedes is doing, they don't allow these other wrestlers to hold those titles. So it's kind of interesting. The infantry, they have other titles at other promotions too. So it's not just AEW. Some people have titles elsewhere as well. Sanaya improved though since returning. What happened to Austin Theory? LeBanc taking over. Roberta said I don't care about title reigns. I'm not into the new age ESPN stats nonsense. LOL. Is she entertaining? Have you seen the dead spots on pay per views? The answer is clear. So she's not entertaining. Roberto trolling. He's trolling, right? I feel like he is. He has to be. So Roberto avoiding the question. LOL. Naya is better than half of the women's division. Oh, Roberta said they know how they ruin Austin Theory. How did they ruin Austin Theory? I've watched him for years. and Queens, and they ruined it. Well, I don't know where it's going from here. That's the thing. Like that's why I say like sometimes favoritism and things like that play into things where they just pick who they want to, be that guy or girl that they make a focus on. And I think like he's a great talent, and not being on television, not getting bigger opportunities is a waste. I know some people throw out there like, oh well, if Vince McMahon had favored you, then they're not gonna really want to push that person. Could be the case. I don't know. I'm not in anybody's mind, so I can't say it. But if they don't like so and so, let them go. But the contract and all that stuff, let people go. Y'all not gonna be using them. Don't waste a young man's time like this. Don't waste their time. I wouldn't do it. Hunter Hearst Entertainment. Oh my god. Levesque is a terrible booker. The numbers are showing it, but the fan base blames TKO just to keep Levesque as safe. And that's another thing too, because like you guys also asked about this with AEW. You guys are always asking like, "Oh, should this wrestler be a booker or whatever?" And I always say I don't think that wrestlers make great bookers. It has to be on a case by case basis, not because you've had time in the ring and you wrestled makes you the right person to book a show. I think it takes more than just experience in the ring. There's people who's never wrestled that can make great bookers. And I don't like people always say like Danielson should be booking Ring of Honor. And I'm like, look, Danielson, he's cool. He's been in Ring of Honor probably longer than most of the people within AEW right now. But him being a booker probably would not be as great. Probably not. Two different experience as a wrestler and a booker. Naya on the mic just sounds like an auntie who's mad she didn't get her favorite cigarettes. What does she do that's so unique or original? I'm not answering that. Look, I do want to say I do prefer uniqueness when it comes to wrestling, but everybody's not going to be that. And you can still like somebody that's not really unique in wrestling. I no, I'll be honest and say I don't find her unique. No, no, but I like her. Very beautiful, by the way. Triple H is the answer to all the problems. Apparently, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I mean, like if TKO actually saw him to be a problem, they could have possibly um decided that hey, you know what, the fans are complaining, the show. So that's the thing, the TKO, they're not wrestling people. What wrestling fans see as problems, they don't see as problems, so they're not going to look at it that way. They're never going to be like, well, the fans are saying that you're not doing great, because they don't know what wrestling is. They don't know what to look for. They don't know what's a bad decision or what's not. They're going to look more at the money aspect of it, the business aspect of it, but not the wrestling aspect of it, because they don't know what that is. So they personally will never look at him as the problem, whether it's him or anyone else who's doing horribly at booking, because they don't see it the way fans see it. They don't see it like that. You're asking about the number. No one will remember by next year. I will remind you of this combo in the year. Trust me, I'm doing it to Roman fans now. Laugh my fucking ass off. He is what I call the forgotten. I'll take that man home. I would. Roman Reigns. Lord have mercy. Roberto said, "Killer, do you hate giants or bigger peeps? Because it seems like you would be into micro championship wrestling, Roberto." The Forgotten Chief. Y'all not gonna slam the Roman Reigns up in here. Y'all not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. Roman Seth, no. Um, Let me see. Naya is awesome, lol. But now with Lash Legend, my lord. He said, I'm gonna enjoy this combo in a year. She will still be champ in a year, lol. He said, let's let Tati rest up. Have a safe rest, Tati. Let me know your thoughts on. Yes, I'm gonna hit you up later, Fletch, because I know it's gonna be crazy. They obviously stopped at episode 4. How many episodes is it altogether? I hate that we have to wait. This is stupid. Just 4 episodes at a time. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy. Said LOL, Tati, it's what I do. I correct the community. Oh my god. BPSR said all my faves from WWE are thriving now. Tony, Mercedes, Bobby. Oh man, Tony, I hope Tony has changed how other women who would like to, be in the wrestling business look at wrestling, because she's been such a breath of fresh air. Like I just feel like watching her. See, that's what I'm afraid of. Like she's done so well that maybe the company kind of feels like, yeah, she's doing so well, she's so red hot, let's put the tag titles on her. And I'm like, no, I think, we enjoy her, we love her, but we want to see something else. She's done such an amazing job. I don't know if that opportunity would have came in WWE. Mercedes, I don't think would have had the same opportunity to do what she's doing now. Bobby, I feel like they're just getting started with the Hurt Syndicate, so I don't know where it's going, but it was better than how we last saw him in WWE. So yeah, I agree. I agree. Claudio Castagnoli as well. Pac. What the fuck was John Moxley doing before he left? I don't even remember. That was a while ago. John Moxley obviously being another name as well. And that's what I like. Like, even though there are people who's had, established careers within wrestling, they moved on to AEW and were able to find a place. And I think like AEW has supported a lot of these wrestlers to be what they are. Like Tony Storm, that character would have never worked out in WWE. Like, if y'all literally go back and listen to the shit that Tony Storm has said, I'm surprised that they even got away with saying this stuff on TV. They would have never did that in WWE. It feels like, I could be wrong, but I feel like in AEW, people have more of an opportunity to not necessarily just be themselves, but more of an opportunity to be the character that they find themselves wanting to be in the ring. So it's different. I think it's different. I think they have a little bit more of an opportunity to explore different things rather than someone saying, "Hey, go out there and just do this, and we'll see if it works out or not." So I feel like that's a difference. I did say I like Willow, so size ain't never been an issue with me. She's just not very interesting. Nyla Rose is better than her. If you want to go there, Nyla Rose is better than who? I do like Nyla, by the way. Nyla is very entertaining. Very entertaining. I just want Takesha and Fletcher to be successful. Yes, absolutely. Takesha. I remember the first time I seen Takesha, I said, "Oh my god, who is that?" Amazing. It was a little slow with Takesha, but we got where we needed to go. Fletcher, we got where we needed to get with Fletcher as well. I don't want Takesha to win the Continental Classic. Well, hold on. What if it was Fletcher and Takesha at the end? Have anybody said that yet? Are they on opposite? Yes, wait a minute. Yes, it could be Takesha and Fletcher. Would they do that? Y'all want that Takesha and Fletcher at the end? I haven't actually heard anybody actually say that possibility, because I think everybody's just been like, "Oh no, it's gonna be Takesha and Okada," but they can do that. They can do that. That would be cool too. I don't see them doing that though, but I like it. Nyla is better than Naya, just to be clear. Oh, okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay, okay. I hear you. I hear you. Is Josh still the Maple Leaf Canadian champ? Yes. They haven't had a show. Oof. It's been a while since they've had a show. I don't know what's going on. So hopefully we get some shows from them, because we haven't seen them in a little bit. So yes, he still has the title. He said, "Sorry, my last comment. I just read that they're pushing for Carlos Colon statue in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Man, that would be awesome. Really? Okay, that's pretty cool." The guy who helped murder Bruiser Brody. Hey, look, a lot of people played a role in that. A lot of people played a role in that. So it's unfortunate, very unfortunate. Roberta said, "I told Tati Takesha, got it. You Till what? Cecil signs to to AEW Cecil from Mystery Wrestling. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see. He said yes. Taker and Kane would wrestle in PR from time to time. Oh my gosh! Like I was looking at because I seen the promo and I was like, "What is this? Why did I not know about this?" And no one seemed to know like where that came from. I would love to look into that. I would love to look into that. Wasn't Taker doing the ministry stuff in '99? Yeah, he was. He was. So I mean, the promo that I saw, ooh, the promo that I saw, I think so. Definitely during the ministry. I was wondering if that was after like the corporate ministry when he was tagging with what's his name? Big Show. That's when he got injured and they pretty much put him with the Big Show. They wasted our time with that. And then, he obviously went on the show for a little bit. But yeah, definitely want to look more into that. Roberto's the MVP of the chat. Roberta said PR is big on having the Islander versus the outsider. So yes, Taker been there, and a lot of peeps we know stopped in PR before they became who we know. I would love to see that. I mean, Taker was well established in his career by that time. I thought that was interesting, really interesting. The Undertaker was one of the top guys in the company, and him going over to Puerto Rico. That's interesting. Interesting choice. Let's start a GoFundMe if TK doesn't have enough money to have enough to keep Anna J. Hey, look, I don't think she's going anywhere. I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't worry. Said I'm positive. Anna J isn't going anywhere. Three-eyed Fletch. Yes. Fletcher's never wrong, for the most part. Kane was Doomsday in Puerto Rico before WWE got him. Really? Very interesting. I always find it interesting to hear about people's career before going to big promotions. I feel like they don't talk about it enough. They don't talk about it enough. They tend to focus on when these people are, at the bigger part of their career. And I like to hear about, wrestlers' early career because those things can be just as interesting to where they got to be. So that I would definitely like to find something about that if there's anything out there. Let me see. So I want to get the Brian Pillman anthology because those shows had wrestlers from every company at one show. Really? I have spoken to Peeps, and yes, I believe Jericho is going to TNA. If he wins that title, he will be considered the GOAT. But I'm not saying it, but it will happen. Well, I don't know how I feel about Chris Jericho right now. So maybe look, Chris Jericho has done a lot of great things in wrestling. But right now, if he were to go to TNA, win the title, like what is that going to change about how people feel about him right now? I don't know if that'll make a difference. Flair said, low key, last Dynamite, I actually was smirking as I watched Heel Hook come down to the ring for Joe's celebration. And then what? What's going to happen after that? I don't know. Oh my God, Jericho is cooked. Sadly, WWE should make him wear a bra. Oh my God. Jericho versus Hendry come. No, hell no. Wait a minute. When's the last? Well, Jericho still does a podcast, right? Well, we don't know what he look like his body look like right now. We don't know. He could be in better shape than the last time we seen him. So maybe he's in better shape. Maybe he could hold his own in the ring. Well, I can't confirm, but we'll have to see. So I don't know how he's looking, or if there's been any training or anything during this time. He could be better. I don't want to see him with Joe Hendry though. That much I know. We got LB from Texas. And hi, how are you? I'm new to the channel. Hello. Thank you. Appreciate that. What is that? Damn, new people arriving. Subscribe and welcome. Yes. Yes, we do appreciate that. I said, yeah, Vince Russo explained everything. Hold on. Hold on. This is something from yesterday? I think I was talking about an old interview. I'm going to check it out. I really don't care for Russo, but I want to hear what he has to say. I want to hear. Yeeting every week and Joe Hendry, I might have to quit WWE for good once that happened. That's too much. Too much. Russo and Tati preaching the same thing. Wrestlers shouldn't book. I'm playing the lotto. Y'all, whatever country or state y'all go in, go play it. No, I do believe that. I really do. I don't think that's because you've been a wrestler that makes you a good booker. I don't think so. I really don't think that's the case. It's really on based off of a specific person. You know, I really love Danielson. That's my goal. But I can never say that because he's been amazing in the ring that that would make him a great booker. So I don't know if he would. I don't know. Russo and Benny Mac would just sit at McMahon's home and just come up with stuff. And today's creative team can't even think of that. So for me, I think if we were to know who are sitting at every promotion's creative team, it's a lot of I what I would assume is a lot of people who are writers and not wrestling fans, and I feel like that's a big difference. Like if you're not a wrestling fan and you're just writing, you're missing the story. You're missing the whole point, right? If you can't write for wrestling because you don't have that connection with wrestling, then you're gonna write shit that wrestling fans just can't get with. You know, I would be interested to know like who are in these creative teams in these promotions because when it comes to storytelling, a lot of it is really weak. Well, in terms of 2025 for me, you know, I for me number one thing is the wrestling. I prefer the wrestling over everything else that goes on in wrestling. But the story isn't necessarily what keeps me coming back. You know, knowing that we have great wrestlers is what keep me coming back. So it's interesting to think of who the hell is sitting over there coming up with these ideas. And I don't think that it is mostly like wrestling fans, you know. Y'all heard the rumors about AI. Y'all know the whole AI thing. People are literally using AI to write stories, AI to do whatever. You know, if you're having fun with AI, you at home and you doing whatever, then whatever. I guess it's not a big deal, but like when we're talking about wrestling or writing a book or being an artist and you're selling you know, art or whatever, like you need to use your brain. Having that creativity and having that connection to whatever your craft is, people are going to feel that. People are going to feel that. So if you're just a writer, you write little stories and books or whatever, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know if you don't know wrestling or not. And the fans, when they're not into it, we just got random people writing for wrestling. So I wonder who'll be sitting back there doing things. You know, I really do feel like Vince McMahon, he had a connection with wrestling, obviously. You know, Vince Russo as well, Jim Cornette, all these people they had connections with wrestling. And aside from Russo, like Jim Cornette has done everything in wrestling from photographer. He started out as a photographer and he's written for wrestling, being a manager, he's done it all, commentary and everything. Like I don't necessarily like his opinions on modern day wrestling, but he's seen it all. He's done it all within wrestling. So someone like him, while he's annoying, he's beneficial to have on your creative team because he knows the ins and out and the history of pro wrestling. Lyric Valkyria isn't unique, but I love her for being boring. For being boring. What you said? No, her being boring. Her as champ, it works for her. Yeah, everybody's not going to be. Everybody's not going to be unique. You know, if that's the case, then more people will be watching wrestling right now. And those that who are unique, they stand out. They stand out. Roman CM Punk voices zebras in Zootopia. Oh my god, did that movie come out this weekend? Did that come out today? Because I really want to see that. I think that was today. Ah, y'all probably don't know. I don't even know if y'all be watching cartoons, but I really love the first Zootopia. It looked like it's gonna be a good movie. I saw the preview. Apparently WWE isn't doing that bad if their fan base is still playing or paying for the tickets, still paying for the merch, still subscribing. It must be really good. Well, I think everybody watches for something different. I really do. The ticket situation is really unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. When I lived in Florida, whenever they would come around, I would always go. The tickets were affordable. Merch is pretty much the same prices. I don't really think the merch has gone up or anything, but the tickets were affordable to go. You can go with friends, you can go with family, and not really worry about if we can afford it. Nowadays, it's different. It's different, it's not affordable. I feel like that's a downside, and I think I don't want to say it's going to be too late by the time they realize that. Like, who is buying these tickets for WrestleMania that are tens and tens of thousands of dollars? Who is buying that? Famous people, celebrities. Like, you can't do that if you're on a regular income. So it's really unfortunate to see that be the case. And this is why I go to other promotions, because they are affordable and you can enjoy yourself there too. So if you love wrestling, go to other promotions and have fun. AEW, their prices are decent. Their prices are decent. 10 minutes of beauty, 10 minutes of Cody Backlund theme, 10 minutes of Joe Hendry fans waving arms, 30 minutes of ads, 10 minutes of wrestlers walking to the arena holding coffee. No, thank you. It is a lot of that. You literally described wrong. That's it. That's literally how it is. Unfortunately. I've been saying Levesque ain't the only one to blame. The fan base that eats that shit, buys tickets, smiles, saying it's the best era. Those are the problem. I agree. I agree. This is why I say, like, be honest about what you're seeing. Somebody gonna hear about it. Somebody from the company gonna hear about it, and maybe do something about it. This is why I sit here and I talk about wrestling. Somebody gonna see it. Somebody gonna see it and just be like, all right, this is somebody who cares about wrestling and want to see better things. You have to be honest about it. I don't really necessarily feel like, even AEW fans too, they're not always honest. They're not. So I'm not gonna lie, I like the yeeting, lol. Tony Storm belongs in the Attitude Era. I think she would have did well. I think she would have did well. The thing I like about Jay is the fact that he used to be part of a very good tag team, Usos, but now we have tag talent pushed as singles and AJ stuck on a random team with Dragon Lee. Well, I think he might want that. I do think AJ might want that, and I think that at some point when he's ready to, to end off his career is when y'all start seeing him doing single shit. I really feel like he's just teaming with somebody, take it easy right now. I really feel like that might be the case. AEW doesn't censor themselves because of a guy who did something almost 20 years ago. Just saying. Well, that's true. Would you put Tony Storm in the same bracket as Stone Cold, The Rock, and Undertaker, but for women? Um, that is very interesting. I mean, all these wrestlers have something different to offer, but Tony Storm, yes, she's definitely has done a lot to change how women are perceived in pro wrestling. And I find it to be really inspiring, So I hope that any of these new girls that are looking to be wrestlers are looking at Tony Storm. Like, she goes out there, she cut these promos, and she's funny, she's very witty. Like, the things that she say are so smart, so smart. And she goes out there and she has really great matches. That thing she did with Mariah, it changed the game. It really did. It really did. So, that's part of the reason why I'm still shocked about Mariah leaving, to be in an opportunity like that, to have a damn near perfect thing going on with Tony Storm, and she went where she wanted to go. That's fine, but damn, that was just amazing. When you think about AEW, there's no way you're not talking about that feud. There's no way. Some of those fans are a disgrace. I saw them chant, "This is awesome," after Zelina Vega botched a moonsault. Man, look, a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of times, these girls, it's not that they're horrible, but even if they do bad, they still out there cheering for the girls or whatever. I mean, even when they don't do well. Like Zelina and Rhea Ripley, they could literally go out there and fuck up a match from top to bottom. And these people are drooling over these girls. And it's not just them, there's other people too. There's other people too. So it's interesting. Not, but for the women, Tony is the best thing in wrestling. Period. Very, very interesting what she's been doing. So that right there has carried the women's division. But that's why I was saying, like, we want her to help push the other girls to also get to where she's gotten. But it's still up to those girls to not just give something original, but also to just go out there and get the best that they can out of their careers. So we'll see where it's going with the tag division. I must be getting tired. Typos kicking in. Fletcher said, those are the real problems in the business, but those are who are chanting this is awesome towards Zelina and Bonds are the same who are daily hating AEW. Yeah, that is true. Okada versus Claudio, Takeshita versus Fletcher. Now, Claudio, I would like Claudio in the finals. I would. If Claudio won, I'm a happy girl. I'm a happy girl. I don't know if they're gonna do that though. Claudio, Fletcher, Kyle Fletcher, I won't be mad. But I would have went with someone else. Okada never beat Claudio, by the way. I remember their match for the Continental title ending in a draw. They could do that. I would be okay with that. If they did Takesha and Fletcher, that would be interesting. It still sticks with the story. If they did Claudio and Okada, I would like Claudio to win. I would be cool with it. Okada does not have to make it to the finals. He doesn't. He doesn't. He's still got an international title anyway. Facts, but the jokes is on them as all their main champs right now are are ex AEW wrestlers. Puerto Rico, like Mexico, never really took care of the history or footage. So YouTube and random spots is where you catch everything. We are relying on tape guys like 90s. Yes. And that's the thing too, because like a lot of these people do have these tapes and they could be converting them so that people can also have access to these things. Um I don't know if people will take advantage of doing that. People would like that. I would like to go back and watch that for sure. Welcome to the elite era, Levesque. It would be if Cody gets his way. I don't mind if they take the acclaim though. Oh, the acclaim? I don't know what they'll do. I don't know what they'll do. Fletcher said, Tati, have a good rest. See y'all next time. Yes, yes. Wish they would make Maven AI, a Maven AI. LOL, the guys, AI Mavens here. I mean, I haven't really, no, maybe I've sat through like two of Maven's videos. I find it interesting for somebody who wasn't a wrestler for long to have a lot of success with doing this, what he's doing on YouTube. Very interesting. I guess people like his personality, I guess. Triple H versus Chat GPT. They both suck, so WWE hand in trouble. What the fuck? He's a girl. Is still I still watch cartoons, and I'm almost 30. Look, I love animation. I really do. Anime, not really. It's a little different. I mean, the only anime that I actually watch is Pokemon. I love Pokemon. I played a game. I just love it. It's very fun. Other than that, I like to just watch other animated stuff. So yes, I'm 34 and I love to watch cartoons. I love it. So we're keeping Tati up till the crows start crowing. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. TKO are putting up their prices to cover losses. This is true. A lot of people don't really realize. This is what I'm saying. Like, give it some time. When Mania goes over there to Saudi, was it Saudi? Y'all gonna see. Is it Saudi Arabia or was it Qatar? Whatever country it is. When they go over there that night, that weekend, they'll probably end up announcing that they have bought WWE and whatever. They're gonna have to make up for that losses. They're not gonna be able to do it within that next 2 years. They're gonna have to try to make up for it. And if y'all sucker and want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to sit there on the floor and have people telling you block you anyway, Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. It's really crazy how much the prices has gone up. Maybe they could have gone up with other things rather than the actual ticket prices. I don't know, because it's putting people aside. Y'all seen that sign where someone said, "This is my last WWE show. Thank you, TK," or whatever the hell they said. People are literally saying this. They are literally saying this because it's not doable to do. It's not. He said, "Okay, final question, Tati. Imagine if Mike chooses to stay with Will instead of 11. Do you think 11 could turn mad and become the final villain?" Um, yes. Yes, I do. I mean, I kind of thought about her. Well, since the beginning, I thought Mike not Mike. I thought Will was always a problem since day one. But I could see her being the final villain for sure. I think Will be has been slowly turning to be the big villain. His development over the season. Yes. Oh, I saw it since like maybe like episode 2, season 1, for sure, for sure. Do you actually like turkey, or are you like me and would rather cook a chicken because turkey is boring? Oh yes, I did chicken. I did chicken for Thanksgiving because fuck turkey. I don't care about turkey. The only part I like from the turkey is the wings. And typically I wouldn't eat anything else. So I did a turkey instead. So yeah, I'm not a fan of turkey. Not a fan. Who would New Japan would you take to be in a Don Callis family? Oh, Oleg Bolton. Oh my god, Oleg Bolton is just, oh my god. Oh, I love him. Um, he would bring the strength to the group. Uh, he doesn't have a big personality. That's my only thing. Like him being in New Japan, I wish we had an opportunity more to see more of his personality. They took the title off of him too quick, if you ask me, with that whole foolishness with evil or whatever. But maybe that would be a good. No, you know what? I don't think I'll put Oleg because he, like I said, the personality thing. I don't think he'll have an opportunity to shine when it comes to all those other big personalities within the Don Callis family. Um, Don Callis family, so they'll have to be a heel. A heel. You're probably not gonna agree with this. Sonata. I'll do Sonata. I think that will work out. He is He's all right as a heel with House of Torture. I can see him being a dick, being part of Don Callis family. I take it. I take it. I take it. You said Killer Driller. Driller. I as a heel. As a heel, I don't know. I don't know. I can see Gabe being a full heel before Driller for sure. Um, I like Driller with War Dog, so I probably wouldn't want to split them up. Probably wouldn't. I'll definitely take Sonata. I think that would work out. Tyler said he's watching the Juggalo Championship Wrestling. I do want to see how that looked because y'all said that that's the one that Russo did. If he did it, I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch and see if I like the show. Oh, you said Sandman's on live? All right. Well, y'all, I'm wrapping it up and go listen to Sandman's show with the boys. He said, "I saw a sign on Raw. I'd rather be at Nitro." Hashtag fuck turkey. Yes, chicken is so much better than turkey. Wasn't Oleg the one to the throne, Takeshita? I don't think. Oh, you're right. You're right. Oleg did beat Takeshita, and then I mean, Takeshita went on to do bigger and better things. Maybe he won't be so mad at it because obviously he won G1, and look at him now. But yes, that is another good thing to think of too because he did beat Takeshita for the title. And then now look at us now. Look at us now. Sonata would work. I'm not against the guitar spots. I was one of the few that didn't mind. One of the few. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I think Sonata would work. He has that personality that I think would work. If they're going the route of taking Takesha out the group, then Sonata is a good replacement. If that would be the case, yes. See, Fluid, hey, hun, you are literally here at the wrong time. I'm wrapping it up. I'm wrapping it up. I'll go over to Sandman channel and be in the chat and see what's going on over there. I will be doing a review on Ring of Honor in a moment. Keep y'all in the know with what the hell is going on. And we'll be back on CMLL. Yes. Hold on. CMLL. Hold on. What time is it? Oh my god. Claudio Castagnoli going against Gran Guerrero tonight. And then what's our boy's name? Wheeler Yuta and Danny Garcia, they're tagging to go against Los Hermanos for the CMLL tag titles, I believe. And that's gonna happen. I don't know why, but they've had the tag titles for like almost 4 years or something like that. And I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if they lost it. And then look, Daniel Garcia and Willa Yuta, we haven't seen much from them as a team, but I wouldn't be surprised if they won. You know, CMLL title coming over to AW. Why not? Why not? We'll see where it goes. I'll let y'all know about that. So definitely gonna check that out and let y'all know about that later. Persephone on this one, I don't remember seeing her on there. Let me let me see. I don't know I don't remember she was on there. I don't remember hearing about that. I think Beast Mortos, or was that the one from yesterday? Because they not yesterday. What is today? What is today? Friday? Um, I'm checking out the car real quick. CMLL not on right now. Is that on right now? Or is that on 10 my time? Um, their time zone in Mexico, it's central, but it's still an hour difference from me, which is interesting. Hold on, let me see. All right, let me see who we got. Well, they did start it like 30 minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago. Okay. Um, let me see. Okay, I don't see Persephone on here. Oh, they're on Triller. They're on Triller. So if anybody want to check that out, they are on Triller TV. No, Persephone not on here. She's not on here. I'm just skimming through real quick. So no, they're not on here. Olympia's on there. I don't know if y'all know Olympia. She's on there. She's great. I love her. But yes, so the tag titles on the line. And we'll see Willa Yuta and Danny Garcia get their hands on that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Due to the high cost of food, Ballet and I did an amazing block of bologna for Thanksgiving. I'm sure that was um, tasty, very tasty. All right, you guys, I really appreciate y'all rocking with me. This was fun, really fun. Yes, Roberto, you too. You were fun tonight too. I'll be posting a review on Ring of Honor, and I'll just post something about whatever happened on CMLL as well. You guys, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll see y'all on the next one. Good night.